substance abuse or alcohol, you always hear us talk about the Raleigh House. Now, the reason we talk about the Raleigh House is because this is the only substance abuse center that will give free information on the phone for as long as you want. That's why I like them. It's not just, so if you have somebody who's an alcoholic, you want to ask questions, what do I do? How do I get them into treatment or anything?
Anything about the disease or about substance abuse, give them a call here. You don't have to call just to sign up. You can call and ask any question you want. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. I also want to tell you, Salvation Army has a free program that is wonderful. Free, but it's very limited. And, of course, that's not to exclude the RaleighHouse.com, but I want you to know they're out there. All right, let's keep going and see what's on your mind. It is car day today. Kevin Calkin is with us from Sheridan Auto Tech, and Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. So they're going to be chiming in. And so let's get to the car stuff plus other stuff, okay? Let's talk to Jennifer. Go ahead, Jennifer. What's happening? Jennifer? Hello? Okay, I don't hear Jennifer. I'm going to go on to Rita. And Rita, what's happening?
Yes, hi. I was calling because I'm going to try to make this short.
All right.
I have a disabled daughter, and I'm in need of a car. My husband left us, abandoned us after she was diagnosed with her autoimmune disease.
What's her disease?
She has a dermatomyositis, so
what is that?
her white blood cells, they attack her muscles and skin.
How old is she?
She is now 15. She was diagnosed when she was 10.
And he left at 10 years old?
Yes.
Really?
Along with other children that I have.
What do you mean along with other children?
I have 4 children.
And all from him?
Yes.
And he left?
Yes.
Does he pay child support?
He does pay child support after probably he's been paying for 2 years now.
Do you have an arrearage that he has to make up?
I believe he does. It's not going towards me because unfortunately I had to get on public assistance.
What do you mean it's not going towards you?
Because he has to pay them back.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
Oh.
I get you. All right. So listen. So now you're in need of a car. All right. What happened? When was the last time you had a car?
The last time I had a car was probably a few months ago.
What happened?
I was taking my test for CNA, so I am now my daughter's personal CNA. And my daughter was in the car, and I was parked.
Well, just say you got into an accident if you did. Is that what it was?
Okay, it was an accident.
Okay. And so the car's wrecked?
Yes.
All right. And was it worth fixing or not?
No.
Okay. So, listen, I'm going to put it to you this way, Rita. We get the number one request for an item we get is for cars. And I was just talking to Clint today, Deputy Clint, about we have to start a program like Willie B has. Willie B, who's a jock on another station, he's here, one of the iHeart stations. He's a great guy, and Willie does a program where he gives away several cars. Now, we'll refer you to him just in case, but he has so many recipients. Usually, he has more people in need than he has cars. But we recognize the need that sometimes a car is the only thing between people on public assistance and people being self-sufficient or self-sustained. So, Rita, I'm not saying we can't help you. We do get cars from time to time, and I promise we will look. And if anyone's listening and would like to help. So, you have a daughter who's disabled. Is she getting Social Security disability?
Yeah, we're in the process of trying to get it.
Do you have an attorney for that?
I do not.
You need one.
Okay.
I mean, you need one. And the good news there is, from the date you file, if it takes a year, and it usually does, you get a retroactive payment. The attorney will take a portion of that. You don't get charged up front for anything. You only pay if they collect. That's how normal Social Security works. And we can refer you to someone for that. Suzanne, does Cliff Fenton help with that or not?
I'm not really sure, Tom.
Okay, but we can find an attorney for Rita for that. I'm trying to take a whole look at your situation. What income do you have, Rita?
Okay, the income that I do have now is I went and became certified.
Good. And do you get paid to take care of your daughter?
Now I do, yes.
That's a perfect situation because you truly are a CNA and you're working right at home. That's good.
Correct. And I also homeschool my kids at home, so
total budget, total income between the CNA, your daughter's disability, and everything, total household income, including child support, every single dollar that comes in, how much does that amount to?
Oh, I'd have to add it up. I don't know.
Roughly. You have no idea?
Probably roughly, maybe about $2,000 a month.
Okay. So can you afford to insure a car?
I would be
okay.
able to, as long as they're under $200, the payment.
Well, I don't know what your driving record is, but see, Mark brought up this the other day. He says, you know, we help somebody get a car, and then they can't register it. They can't put plates on it. They can't put insurance on it.
I would be able to.
Okay. So, Rita, leave your name and number and your email.
Okay.
With Suzanne. We will ask our audience, of course, if you come across a car. Often, our repair shops come across cars. Kevin has done it in the past. Mark has done it in the past. We have a list of people, and we try to fit the vehicle to the person. Kevin, about during a year, you come across cars. Why is it? Is it for people that didn't want to get it fixed? And
it's all strange reasons. We have people just fall off the planet, it semes like. They just, we never hear from them again.
And then you own the car.
Well, after a process, yeah.
After a process.
Sure.
And then, or some might not afford to get it fixed.
So we buy cars that need repairs.
Okay.
And then we can help people get in them cheaper, things like that.
I think what we're going to do, Kevin, starting next year, and it's too late for this season, although we can still try to help people in a Band-Aid approach, we're going to do a full-blown program like Willie B does. Maybe we can get his advice or help him get more cars and then join him. Somehow, we need to do this. Do you have any cars now?
I was talking to Clint about that. We got a couple we're waiting on titles.
Okay.
Things like, it takes about 3-4 months to get it.
Are they automatics?
Yes. Okay. We do have one stick still sitting there if she can drive a stick.
Well, yeah, we had that. We had someone lined up for that, but guess what?
What?
No driver's
license. Yeah.
It's
incredible.
Who is this?
They called in. The family called in. There's 2 kids. They moved here from, where was it, Florida? I'm pretty sure it was
Florida, and they were had to walk to work.
Find out if she can drive a stick.
Okay, but if she has a disabled daughter, does she need handicap-type vehicle? I wasn't sure.
Well, find out. But, I mean, if she needs wheelchair accessibility, it's going to be near impossible to get free. It just is. I mean, we can try. Find out, Suzanne, if you have time to call. And we're gonna find out from others as well, if you guys can help.
And we've seen some of the cars from listeners are amazing.
Okay.
That one, Mark, the Saturn. That was a beautiful car.
Oh, man, that was a really nice car.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
All right. 303-713-TALK. As we were talking about attorneys, and I talked about Joe Lazzara, this time of year, a lot of people also call David Salisbury because toward the end of the year, people start reflecting. They also start thinking of the future. David Salisbury does trusts, probate, meaning if someone dies, to go to court and to transfer ownerships, or avoiding probate and how to, if you're planning, or a simple probate, or, you know, a trust, or beneficiaries' deeds. There's all kinds of mechanisms for making transition after death easier on the family and on the estate. 720-493-3911. Here's the great thing about David Salisbury. Always free consultations and answers to your questions. And then he flat rate prices. Flat rate. How much will this cost? Boom, done. Flat rate on all work. 720-493-3911. That's David Salisbury. So we told you about, of course, Joe Lazzara, the criminal defense. We told you about David Salisbury for trust and probate. And then John Fuller for personal injury is really important because this time of year with automobile accidents, with the weather, you get a lot of that. Now, John Fuller, here's what I say to people. Free advice. Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? You don't even have to hire him. Now, obviously, he would love if you hired him, but you don't pay even when you do hire him until he collects for you. And in some rare cases, you may not even need an attorney. He can tell you that and tell you what to do. Anyway, no matter what, you should be thinking about free advice. Free advice, oh, what do? I just got in an accident. You can read about it at personalinjuryco.com or just call him, 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
100%.
get pop up all
Terry
over.
Bradshaw.
Some of these things they get you to click on.
Oh my God, they're so like you'll see one that'll say, "The world mourns."
Yeah.
As they say goodbye to Schwarzenegger, and you think, "Oh my God,
Until
he died."
you click on it, it's nothing but advertising.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Clickbait.
Yep.
I have been suckered into.
Do you do anything with the CVTs, or you just buy them and install them?
We have done things with them, but a lot of times when we've done that, they just don't work right.
Yeah.
It's just always an issue.
CVTs.
What's it called?
Constant
velocity
transmissions. Yeah.
Probably the worst Was that Nissan? Is that Nissan?
Nissan, yeah, that's
Not
a lot of
just
people
Nissan,
that
though,
make
is
them.
it?
No, everybody's got them.
It's Honda.
Yeah, and you know what's amazing is how cheap those transmissions are right from
They're
the
getting
dealer.
there. Yeah.
Wow, cheap.
It's kind of hard to play with at that price point.
Yep.
Yes.
At Revitalize Health.
And Nissan works too.
Right.
Health.
Yeah.
Two of them are nurse practitioners. The other one is the
It's
practice
not even,
manager.
it's not even worth taking it apart.
And
So
also,
what you get a brand new one for. Yeah, and I mean not rebuilt, brand new.
I call it full
How much is a brand new?
It depends on the unit, because we're looking at one now, like an 09 or 2010 Nissan Rogue, and all-wheel drive, it's about 1,800 in a box from Nissan.
Right.
Then put it in.
Well, that's 1,000 to put it in.
So you can get it for under $3,000 and stuff. You can't.
Well, that's our cost it there. Yes, I mean customers probably about 45.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Stay young and healthy. HormoneRose.com.
But yeah, it used to be double that.
Yeah, so we have a customer, Mark, coming all the way down from Wyoming for us to fix his vehicle.
When I saw it, I thought
Yeah.
that was your Scott
Yeah.
driving for. I was like, why are they putting it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of vehicle it is. I just texted Scott just a little bit ago. Oh, here it is. Okay, he replied. Yeah, guy's name is Scott. Yeah, 2009 Chevy Tahoe hybrid. He's coming all the way down. He hears us on the radio out there in Wyoming. So he's on his way down to our shop to drop his vehicle off to us
Oh!
from Wyoming.
What was the deal why the video wasn't up?
Because I was going to Troubleshooter.
And wanted to stop screwing around.
Oh, you went to the wrong.
Right.
I got you.
Well, it's because this thing started going over into Bing. Fucking Bing. I hate fucking Bing. You know, and so it didn't. I thought it looked a little different there.
Yeah, what a shitty looking day out.
It's terrible out there, yeah. They're saying it's supposed to get up 45, 50 degrees.
I thought it was supposed to snow today.
No.
Yeah, they said rain.
Rain.
Probably up at my house. Probably going to start snowing.
Now you're making me look at the weather. Where's your go-to weather site?
Yahoo.
Yahoo. I generally hit 9 days.
Do you?
For a limited time, switch to
Yeah.
Comcast Business and get an amazing deal. Get fast, reliable internet at any speed and add
But,
voice for only $24.95 more
I'm
per month.
convinced none of them can tell the weather.
No,
Only
it's.
Comcast Business goes beyond other providers.
Light PM rain and snow.
Comcast Business.
Who'd you call, sir?
Kathy to try to
Which one's she?
the sighting thing. That friend of Bonnie's.
Yeah.
She's going to sue this guy. He's told her he's where.
What did he say?
Stand by my word.
So what's he going to do? Nothing?
She owes me for the labor.
So he's going to put a lien on her. Well, the good news is he's going to end up bringing her to court, so she'll have her.
No, I'm going to have her. I'm going to have her go and do it.
How much is she looking for?
I didn't hear all that. Did John say it's not good?
You can't save it. You can't save the sighting.
Yeah, he said the seams are lined up. It's got some of the siding going all the way to the ground.
The laps
The
aren't
laps aren't the same.
Did we send pictures?
We have. Oh,
No, we have from
We have
before.
ones from before. And he kept saying those are before he fixed it.
Right, but there is one. One of the reports is before.
Yeah. But it doesn't sound like he fixed it to me if the stuff's still not lined up.
I wish people would keep those before pictures freaking out of there.
I know that.
What kind of pictures out of there?
The before.
Well, he came out and fixed some stuff, so yeah.
I tell you, we get that so much. Like a fence company, they send all these pictures. Look how bad it is.
Right.
And that's before they came
So
out
did
and
he?
redid
Did
it.
the guy
After they
say
redid
it was
stuff.
not industry standard? No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, he said it sucks. It needs to be torn down and redone, torn out.
Just aesthetically, it sucks.
Yeah, but
Because
he
it looks
says
like a
it's
bunch
not,
of dots.
he says it's not correct. But he says that they used the wrong nails
Oh,
and
they did
nailed
use
them
the-
wrong.
okay.
It's the siding's compromised.
They cut and opened up that seal on the outside of it. So
Yeah, they ripped some of the siding.
But not just the ripping of the siding, the nailing of the siding, the seams, and the seams. By the way, that's more.
Can we get Hardy to come out there and say this isn't right? Is that what
it doesn't matter. We had somebody say it's not right.
I know.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. It's car day, so don't forget Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7. Listen, I believe that Rocky's is the best place to shop. Now, you may not want to buy there, but why do I say the best place to shop? Because of the selection and prices clearly marked and 40 lenders to choose from. Go shop if you want, but put them on the list. And I say 9 to 7, tomorrow 9 to 6, okay? It's family-friendly, kid-friendly, pet-friendly. That's right. It doesn't even have to be an emotional support dog. Just bring Bowser just for the hell of it. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Rocky'sAutos.com. Okay, Ben called with a very unusual topic. He's getting dizzy. Now, you know, when people call with health problems, you wonder, well, why would they call a consumer show? We have a lot of contacts all over the place, and, you know, they get free advice from our contacts. Now, I want to make this clear. If it's something, you know, like dizziness, or short of breath or anything like that, and that's what he is. I said dizzy. I meant short of breath. But if you say things, because one guy did call about dizziness the other day.
Nancy did,
Or
yeah.
Nancy, the other woman. And here's the deal. We always, of course, want you to get fully checked out. That would be crazy to try to say, don't worry about it. You know, you probably got up too fast. So Ben, he already did all the workups, major workups. So at least we know there's nothing, you know, urgent that he has to run to an ER or urgent care about. So that's good. And Dr. Ron Rosedale, a friend of mine for 30 years, it started with, I think, a topic on the radio show. And then I talked to him, and he's a weird kind of doctor in that he looks at truly the universe in a different way. And he was the first one to introduce me to this little dot theory about, you know, look at a page of typing paper, white paper, and put 1,000 dots on it. Now you make a circle, and each dot represents a symptom, and you put a circle, and that's one disease. You put another circle, and that's another disease. You put another circle, and that's another disease. That's what the world does. Yet he says if you look at those circles, some of them intersect and have common symptoms, and truly, symptoms are not what make a disease. What make a disease is the failure to communicate. Your body's cells simply have to communicate. And it's done through signaling. So I'm not going to get into this entire top to bottom from creation forward, but I'm trying to stress that he's not a regular doctor who's going to say, you know, take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning. And he's more of a researcher and lecturer than he is an office kind of guy. But I love talking to him when there are general questions, okay? So let's talk to Ben. And Ben, when is this short? I'm going to bring up Ron to listen right now, Dr. Rosedale. Now, Ben, when do you mostly get short of breath? Is it all the time?
Tom, anytime I do any physical exertions, like getting up in the morning, just putting on my tennis shoes, my pants, I get real short of breath.
Really? And you've had your heart checked, you've had your lungs checked, you've had your blood checked, right?
Yes, and I went to National Jewish, and they tell me everything is fine.
Wow, and your ox levels, our pulse ox, are like 94, 95%, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Wow. So I wanted to ask Ron, Dr. Rosedale, in general, when it's not something obvious like, you know, serious lung disease or a heart problem or, you know, something like that, what normally, Ron, what causes usually not maybe in Ben's case, but what have you seen in the past when it's not a serious acute condition? What causes a shortness of breath?
Hey, Tom, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
So there's so many, there's literally hundreds of causes of shortness of breath.
What are some of them?
Well, it can be divided into pulmonary, obviously.
Right.
There's something physically wrong with the lungs that will cause shortness of breath. It can be cardiac, heart, so that if your heart is not pumping oxygen to the lungs
right,
blood to the lungs, then you're going to feel shortness of breath. It can be anemia if a person's anemic. Then there is not enough oxygen carrying capacity.
Okay.
And you'll try and breathe harder to compensate for that. It can be metabolic, meaning that if there's something wrong with your kidneys or liver that causes your blood to be too acidic, one way that you can regulate acidity in your blood is to regulate your rate of breathing. If you breathe faster, it lowers the acidity. So if you have so-called renal acidosis, if your blood is acidic because of your kidneys, you'll breathe faster.
And you can, and so are there cases, Ron, where a metabolic shortness of breath could be corrected? And I'm not being silly, I mean it, through yoga or through meditation or through stuff like that, when it's not physically real, when it's not a direct acute cause?
Well, metabolic acidosis can be a direct acute cause.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's just as an acute cause as heart failure, for instance.
Okay. It's just more it's more clandestine.
Yeah, it can be bad. All of what I mentioned so far are relatively easy to diagnose. So usually they're not real hidden.
So therefore, Ben, with all the stuff he had done, they should have found it, or do they not know where to look usually? I mean, you say they're common. So, Ben, you had all the workups, right?
Absolutely, Tom.
Okay, all right. So if nothing shows up, what would be your gut feeling?
Well, a lot of times when nothing shows up, it's because it did show up, but it wasn't looked at properly.
Oh.
So I would be happy if...
Yeah.
If... I'm sorry, what's the name?
It's Ben.
Ben. Hey, Ben, if you wanted to, send your laboratory reports or any imaging...
I would love that, just for you to give a cursory look. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, because a lot of times there's little things in there that that can kind of point in a particular direction that sometimes are overlooked. So that would be a good thing. Now, things that sometimes are often overlooked, and you mentioned... Well, let me ask a couple more questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there anything else associated with the shortness of breath, such as cough, or do you notice your heart beating fast or irregularly?
Or blurry vision or dry mouth or whatever. We're just asking for anything that accompanies it.
No, excuse me, the only time I have dry mouth is when I use my eye pack at night.
Yeah, but does anything else?
No.
Okay, and by the way, we should mention, Ronnie, he has sleep apnea.
Okay, I was going to talk about that or mention that because that often can cause it too. So when you notice a shortness of breath, is it after you get up or right before you get up?
No, it's after I get up. Like I said, putting on my
any movement or activity.
In the first morning, yes, it's really bad. And during the day, if I don't do any stress work like mowing the yard or walking, I'm fine.
Isn't that weird? So hold on a second. We'll come right back. This is weird. Now, I love picking Dr. Rosedale's brain. Of course, he's probably not going to be able to diagnose it, but I love people to hear this so, they can be pointed in certain directions when it comes to this. Of course, there are people who are hypochondriacs as well. I wanted to ask him one other thing, though, when we come back. I want to know about, is there anything about diet that could be doing it? Sensitivities. We'll do that right after we talk about Icon Eye Care. Speaking about health, Icon Eye Care. I had the clear lens exchange. Oh my goodness. Never will I need glasses. I'll never get cataracts. Why? Because I have brand new lenses, bionic eyes. And I'm telling you, you can have that done too at Icon Eye Care. Of course, they do LASIK, and that's just a few $100. You get your LASIK, you can get your prescription done, and your eyes, when they do that surgery, it's like 10 minutes for the whole thing, and you have great vision. Of course, your eyes continue to age as you age, but it's still wonderful. LASIK has worked for thousands and thousands of people very inexpensively. If you want to get cataract surgery, they do that, and they do all forms of eye care. IconEyeCare.com.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
So he says it's all fine. But can't we get James Hardy to come out there and say, hey, it's not fine?
That guy looked at it. One of our other referrals.
Right. I totally
We had 3 people looking.
Right.
Not one of them liked it.
He's saying that James Hardy in their thing says it's fine.
Gina, we can get somebody on from Revitalize Health that they want to mention.
And that's what I'd say if James Hardy says, no, this is not good.
What's that? No, I understand that. If they say it's not good, but it doesn't matter. If you have a professional installer from another company, she has 3 of them.
Right. Well, the one was actually before he came out, so you can throw that one out.
But he hasn't pulled the siding off and reset.
Yeah, he's right. The deficiencies that guy noted in the beginning are the same as this guy does.
Built for the holidays.
Okay.
He's just going to go after him.
I think she'll get a judgment.
Like I said, I would just thought if they had James Hardy says no.
Well, that would be ultimate.
That would be the ultimate.
She's got 3 reports.
But here's the thing. I think James Hardy would stay out of it.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because I don't think they want to piss off people who deal in their sidings.
You don't think what?
Suppliers don't like dissing distributors and installers and dealers. They just don't.
This is this guy's first.
Unless somebody's giving a bad name, Dan. I mean, I guess if they were getting a lot of complaints, they'd say, don't use this.
Well, even James Hardy says blind is preferable, and they say you can face nail, but it's not meant there to continuously.
By the way,
right.
Hold on.
That's exactly
by the way, that issue, that is not.
That's aesthetic.
You don't even have to get into that issue because the nailing in and of itself was wrong. Whether it's blind or not, they pierced the surface. They went. What do you call indented?
Indented. So now that the siding is.
What do you call that with a screw that does that on purpose? Countersunk. Right. They countersunk the frickin' nail, and it's the wrong nail.
Right.
And they didn't caulk over the nails. I mean, they did everything wrong. So whether it's blind or not, you see here's what I find. When people have weak arguments and strong arguments, if you give them both, then the opposing party will destroy your weak arguments. And when they destroy your weak arguments, it takes credibility away from you. So I say to people, don't even bring up weak arguments. You don't even bring them up.
So John told me that they're not supposed to caulk the things because now it's going to really look bad on the paint.
Our guy from K&H?
Yeah.
He said you wouldn't caulk them?
Right.
Not a big one.
No, you put a drop over.
He said you're supposed to use finish nails and just use paint.
Oh, okay, but you seal it, okay.
Well,
that's a good idea.
If you use the wrong nails.
No, he's saying you take a finger and just the dot. Okay.
Right. And if you use the wrong nails, wouldn't it be fair to say that if there's any moisture behind there, the rust from those nails will start coming down?
They use those kind of.
See what I'm saying? So on LASIK, how long does LASIK last? Give or take.
No. I had it in 98.
For LASIK?
Yeah, how long does it last?
If you have a prescription, like you have bad eyes like him and you're young, and you get it done at 14 or 15, I mean, it'll last until 45, until your eyes change
For me right now, if I'm not LASIK, how long would it last?
Until your eyes change. How old are you?
55.
Then your eyes are changing every 3 years. So in 3 years, your eyes would be a little less. But it'd still be better because you'd be starting at perfect vision and going back.
Right.
Okay. But then
you're going to go reading glasses.
If I was over 40, I wouldn't bother with LASIK.
Right.
I wouldn't. I get the clear lens.
Why bother? How much was that again?
$9,000 for both eyes.
More job seekers using
if you can talk them into the cataract.
Yeah,
that
$9,000 for both eyes. I know that sounds like a lot, but my God, it's
how much Medicare? If you have cataracts, Medicare pays for that part of it.
Yeah, it'll be about $1,000 more. Probably.
That's all. Wow.
I think.
Well, that's the upgrade.
No, they said it was about $1,000.
Are you ever going to do it?
Yeah,
I did on the actual. They might have been talking wholesale. I don't know.
All the time, and
at night driving and stuff is getting worse.
Another thing that happened to me, which was weird, guys. Another thing that happened to me that was weird was my eyes are clearer, crystal clearer. I didn't notice, and you don't be foggy. Your eyes are yellowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Fix it 24/7. Right now, $39 if you have a problem, and they'll find it, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. The problem is, as the cold weather comes, that gets really dicey. So it's only for the next 20 callers. Just $39. No matter what problem you have, they'll find it, no matter how long it takes. And if you have work done at the greatest value, they will apply the $39 or not charge it. So in other words, you're not paying extra. It becomes a free service call, really. But if you don't want to have the work done, that's all right. You just are charged $39. It's really one of the best home services companies I've ever encountered because of George. I know him. He started so many years ago, and I've always believed in his companies. So here's what you do. You call them at 720-526-3939 and tell them you want that 39 Find My Problem. First 20 callers. And it's fixmyhome.com if you want to look for them online. Let's talk. Ben, I don't want to go through everything. You guys can listen to the podcast, but Ben gets winded. And he gets winded and short of breath, mostly in the morning when he gets up, but then any physical activity whatsoever. Okay, he's had all the major blood workups and all the major stuff done, so he's just wondering, hey, what else could it be? Now, of course, Dr. Ron Rosedale, a researcher, lecturer, and truly my guru when it comes to health, he says, of course, you can't diagnose this. It could be hundreds of things. Plenty of things could have been overlooked, even though he had those tests done. But I asked a question, is there anything in diet that can cause this with people? Ben, I imagine they checked for diabetes and all that.
Yes, they did.
All right. So Dr. Rosedale, what about that? What about when it comes to diet?
Well, there's lots that can be done with diet. But let me ask a real question.
Sure.
A quick question. When your heart has obviously been checked out, correct? What tests have been done on your heart? Did you obviously? I mean, it narrows it down considerably when you say it only happens with exercise. If you're not exercising, you feel fairly normal. Is that correct?
Correct. What they did,
any type of exercise, anytime during the day. If you walk up the stairs, you feel
winded.
Excessively winded.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and so I'm sure they checked out your heart fairly thoroughly. What did they do to check out your heart?
Dr. Sankatar, which is supposed
just go right to what they did, sir.
He went right into my neck. He went in to check my heart with a scope, checked my lungs, and he said everything is fine for my age.
For your age, well, let's forget about age.
Right.
Because that really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So did they do an exercise stress test?
Yes, National Jewish put me through one heck of a test.
Okay, what was that one heck of a test?
Well, I was on a bike for like 30 minutes pedaling.
And they were monitoring your heart and lungs, right?
They were monitoring my heart and lungs, and they put a needle into not a vein but an artery.
I did that.
To check that.
Okay, so did they do it wasn't just they didn't just check your EKG while you were exercising. They did what's called a perfusion stress test.
Yes.
Okay, so they injected a kind of a radio opaque material so that it could show up.
Yes.
That your beating heart was actually seen on the screen.
Correct.
Okay, and you have that result. So you can send all those results maybe to Tom, who can then forward them to me.
Yes.
And that would be great.
Okay. And anything else that comes to mind, Ron?
Well, as I say, there can be a lot of different things.
Right.
What type of imaging did they do on your lungs?
To be honest with you, I can't recall. I know they've done X-rays, MRIs. They've done CAT scans.
Wow.
Okay, they did. They did an MRI and a CAT scan on your lungs.
Stress test, yes, and a breathing test where they found the apnea.
Isn't that weird? Now, the apnea could be the obvious thing. Dr. Rosedale, if you have an apnea, can't that show up while you're awake? It's not just I think it's wrongly called sleep apnea.
Yeah, it certainly can. And that's also where diet can play a huge role, actually. One of the things that's not very appreciated is that the major metabolic hormones such as insulin often play a huge role in sleep apnea.
All right, hold on a sec. We have more. Now, Ben, we really are going to wait for you to forward stuff, but I had a few questions come in by email for Dr. Ron, very simple questions, and we'll see if we can get those answered and more.
Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky here. You've heard me talk about Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and about how they've helped...
Well, first of all, the way they have it in here is just totally wrong. Just totally wrong. Do you remember there was a movie where a little micro from outer space came
and everybody died in the town but a baby and an old man.
Yes. It was. I remember it exactly because exactly
He
that.
drank Sterno and it caused that acid.
And it was because
fried all now.
Based off a true story. Anyway, this town.
Well, but the science was
Because my really messed up these notes.
It was such a good movie.
Uncirculated. Sister-in-law was a doctor. She was telling me that the science they were using.
But you were a doctor too, weren't you? A surgeon?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm more
Cardiothoracic surgeon.
No. So.
So what is that movie? Who was it?
I'm fucking shocked.
When was it?
Frankly, I'm shocked.
I thought it was in the 80s.
Yeah, so you know LASIK or
Probably clear lens.
Shrunken man. You work your ass off for what?
Yeah.
The fact that the old
No,
man
just
drank
like I said, I noticed
caused his levity acid.
They only do one eye at a time, but you can get them a week or a couple weeks. Listen,
Couldn't get at 'em.
It didn't, yeah, because it couldn't.
Now listen, I will tell you this.
Sister-in-law was telling me that the
My eyes are
science
perfect.
they were using was
I mean, I can
right.
see close, I can see far.
The bugs can't get in.
One
It's
thing
too
up,
acidic.
because I was farsighted,
Alien blood.
and I had normal
Still,
aging of the
If
eye.
you're too acidic,
With glasses, I can see up close. And
Yeah,
I
you
can
can't,
see far.
you can't have a.
When I had this done, a teensy little bit of far vision came in a little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
What do you mean by it came in a little?
well, let's say I could see from here to there
Right.
perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can only see from there to there perfectly, maybe a little less. But everything else came into focus.
Oh.
So I sacrificed that.
The Andromeda
I mean, a
strain.
teensy bit.
Yes.
That truly, I was probably
wrote that
more
book?
farsighted.
Yes, I do.
normal.
A matter
So,
of fact.
Michael,
I am normal now.
he's
Right.
got absolute
What
crazy.
happened to your mind?
So
It
I've
just
read
falls
every
off
book he's written.
periodically.
My biggest thing in life is I didn't go
So
to
what
one of his.
can I do
He's a very
further?
conservative
Is he
guy.
dead?
Nothing, except for I get really discouraged
his
this
name,
time of year
Michael?
when all the people asking for cars
Everything
and
he
cell
wrote
phones
is
and
my
cars.
dad.
Because you love helping.
So you're telling me
Well,
you
that
wrote, for
and, you know,
example,
I've
like-
read every
I'm
book.
sorry, I'm
It
not.
doesn't always pan out for everybody,
They
you know?
did write that.
They had cataracts until after they had the surgery. Is it?
oh, here we go.
I do.
Clear.
I can see the world.
Shit.
Neither of
You
you
wrote all these.
Wow.
Mike
Have
wrote
you
for
not had
example.
your glasses?
No.
Odds on.
No.
Wow.
No.
And I can
Easy
read
Go.
it hard.
I guess I haven't read it.
Ah, you didn't read Easy Go?
So
I didn't
It's
really
third
No,
published
it's-
novel.
I gotta help you.
Why this?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
they
John
get
Hanks,
they
that's
get
why I
word
didn't know.
that somebody
It's
came on and
not-
asked for help with the car, and we're going to try to help.
Well,
So
don't
then-
even
He
put
did
them on
some
the
of that
air.
for,
Just for straight out.
Terminal Man.
So,
You know, just say
So I started, you know,
Eaters of
Everybody
Real
might
Man.
have great. That's based on a true story.
But apparently I didn't have cataracts either.
I mean,
Congo
it's not
is,
being mean, it's just the truth.
Okay.
You know, why do you give a your name?
Yeah.
We'll
you
know
don't have
it.
to do anything else.
Okay.
We'll know it.
Seriously, you want to read a good book?
Laser, it's
In
every
fact, that's
3
who
years.
we should do Mike Crichton.
How about all these?
What book?
I love some.
All the Michael Crichton ones, though, like this
What
one.
book
You don't know
did you-
shit about Mark.
These are short fiction.
Michael Crichton?
Look at all the shit he did in TV.
Oh, Crichton is weird. He's so good.
Oh, spectacular.
Or whatever convinced them.
I've never read
Spectacular.
a bad book that he has. He's, he used to give, he's conservative now.
I don't know.
He used to get, well, he's dead now. But he used to give, lectures and stuff, and I would have loved that.
That's right.
What's your favorite work?
Well, I like Jurassic Park was great, Congo was great.
Right.
I mean,
What is it? Congo?
Congo,
That's
that's where they went.
the upgrade on
Guess how many times?
Fuck, Tom!
Guess how
God
many
damn it!
times?
Though, what's the upgrade? If you
Well,
don't
if you
have
have
a
cataracts,
That's remarkable.
Why?
But you have to
He's so technical.
5 times?
You like his books because they're so far, they're so technical.
Well, I
He
thought the
really
lens
dives
does
in
everything.
there.
He has the upgraded lenses.
I didn't know he
his
was
lenses focus.
I didn't know he written on another.
When you have,
Yeah, these are
He's
upgraded.
also an
These are
expert
bionic.
in
They
intellectual
actually focus
property.
close and far.
Is he really?
How the hell that works?
He's seriously a real smart guy.
come on! God damn it!
Wow.
Oh, that's
amazing.
Fuck!
And I know you don't like to read, but you'll like him.
What do you mean he doesn't like to read?
Well, he doesn't like to read books.
No, I don't.
See?
I'd rather watch a movie or listen to it on audio.
I can't
Mark,
read
how come
Not
you
many
haven't
people
had
admit that, Mark.
laser or
I'm proud of you.
I love reading.
laser or clear lens replacements? How come you haven't?
I'm waiting for bionic fucking eyes, and I'm not kidding you. The shit changes every few years. I'm waiting.
Really? When will it
When
be?
he
When
got,
will it be
when
fine
he
for
got only became legal in the U.S. less than 2 years ago.
But how much better can you get than 2015?
Being able to zoom in.
Oh.
He fucking thinks I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
Wants to be pro-patriotic.
Under that theory, then don't ever buy anything. I mean,
What do you mean?
I mean, don't buy a fucking computer.
Why?
Because they're going to soon wipe your ass.
Well, I'm waiting for that.
Mark, I had
The
LASIK.
Toto toilet.
You're not doing it because you don't have the ability to
But I don't right
Honest to
now.
God.
I'm guessing in another
I have LASIK.
Yeah.
2 years they'll have something better.
No,
Like,
oh,
no,
I can't
that's
tell.
what I don't understand.
Reading
What
better.
better?
Right now.
Reading
No, I
better.
have LASIK.
Magnification.
He had lamps.
Maybe the bottom of it, if you look barely down, almost like a bifocal, you'll get better magnification.
20 and it's still good.
I can read. I bet you smaller than or as good as Tom can close up.
And how much
But
was that?
he's much better than.
LASIK modifies your cornea, correct?
I'm probably 20/40.
I wouldn't do
LASIK
that.
modifies your
I would
cornea.
not do that.
Back then,
I honestly, God,
you could get LASIK
I don't know totally technically.
Or does it actually
I'll
modify
bury
your
your
lens?
Mine was like 24.
Well, I mean, I'm just.
I have to look it up.
This is
Oh,
the same prescription that I've had on my glasses now for like 8-10 years.
But you're probably going to have reading glasses.
My God, this is such a pain in my ass, guys.
The reason you got to go to reading glasses is your lens.
When you're not here, the second Mark touches.
Well, when I go to read,
It's fucking
I gotta have
horrible.
my glasses off.
Oh, okay.
See?
One time I couldn't get it back
No,
on.
it's terrible, Mark. It's terrible.
With my glasses off?
Yeah.
First of all, it's as
Yeah,
bad as saying
where are you? 20 what?
I don't know.
I was bad. I was 2400.
Damn!
Ooh, good line.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, but you've had, yeah.
And luckily, like I say, I don't like to.
You can get those hormone bros on if you want.
So could they do the laser,
But not for a
both at
while.
the same time?
Yep. They're going to want to do it at the same time. My brother had one done and the other not, so he wouldn't. So he's got like mono, but it takes a while to get used to it. But he's happy.
Read with one eye, see distance.
Right.
the other.
Exactly.
Straight up brain.
Anyway,
Mark, you're waiting for better technology.
That's right.
He's waiting for better than 2050 vision. He wants to.
No, it's got to do with near and far.
He wants telescopic.
Well, he wants.
Okay, I'm reading
Okay,
that.
you're right. You're right. I can only see so far, which is 2015, which is better than most. But you're saying they might possibly even make it so you see beyond human capabilities.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's why I
Well,
said bionic.
obviously that can happen.
And he wants X-ray vision.
And I want X-ray vision.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere on the longest running radio show in America, with the same host currently on the air, recovering hundreds of millions of dollars for people over the years. We want to help you. Today is Car Day. That means we're talking about motor vehicles with Sheridan Auto Tech and Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. We'll get to those in a second. We left off with someone who was short of breath, and of course we're really done until we can look at his stuff. I mean, there's not much more we can explore with shortness of breath. He had all the major stuff looked at, but Dr. Ron Rosedale, who I've known for 30 years, and he does a lot of research and lecturing. He said, a lot of things can be overlooked. Also, metabolically, there could be things in general he's doing wrong. But here's the deal. Until we look at his blood work, not much we can do. But we had some other questions for Dr. Ron really quick, and as long as he was on, I was going to ask him. So, Dr. Rosedale, inevitably, whenever you come on, people who listen to the show regularly know that you've been a guru of mine for years, but they also know you have a lot of answers. I just want to ask something. Somebody asked what you think of the test. They said they had the hell scared out of them. They're in their 60s and had an ultra-fast CT done of their heart. It was heart imaging, where you go into this, like a donut, and it takes a picture of all of your arteries and veins or whatever near the heart, and it's a cross-section of the heart, and they called it a score, some kind of...
calcium score.
That's exactly what it was, a calcium score, and said, uh-oh, you're in the so-and-so percentile, you have a score of 400 or 500 or 300, and people get really scared, and immediately, the ones that wrote to me over the years, they immediately go on ultra-high doses of statins to reverse that. Now, I want to ask your question about this. What do you think? You've done so much research into diabetes and heart disease and plaque. Can you weigh in on that, on the ultra-fast CT? I had 3 separate questions on that because he mentioned the heart testing.
Yes. Ultra-fast CAT scan, it measures basically the amount of calcification in the coronary arteries. Coronary arteries are the arteries that actually feed blood to the heart itself. And with coronary disease. Ultimately, they become calcified, and this is a test, really kind of like an X-ray, that measures how much essentially bone has built up in your heart.
Yeah.
The more calcium that has accumulated in the blood vessels of your heart, the greater the amount of heart disease a person has. And this is all true. And it is a good test. I like the ultrafast CAT scan. Was one of the first to use it, actually, in my practice many, many years ago. The problem is it has almost nothing really to do with cholesterol. And so just bringing down your cholesterol is going to do pretty much zero to either improve the calcium score or reduce cardiovascular disease going forward.
Now, wait a minute. If you have plaque and they say you can not only reduce your cholesterol, but reverse that plaque, like a plumber cleaning out the pipes, you can't do that with statins?
Statins won't do it, no. It can be done, but not with statins.
How can it be done?
The old paradigm of cholesterol causing heart disease was faulty from the beginning, but there was so much money behind it that they're continuing to hold it.
What can be done to reverse that plaque?
You want to reduce inflammation of the lining of the arteries, and there's many things that cause it. Glucose, the sugar, is
the number one cause, isn't it?
It's the number one cause, yeah. It's been shown for decades that strictly the exposure of glucose to the lining of the arteries causes an inflammation. It's an oxidant. People take antioxidants. Glucose is probably the most important pro-oxidant. It increases the inflammation caused from oxidation. So it's just strictly glucose circulating in the blood. That was shown a long time ago in the 1970s. A doctor showed that both insulin and glucose circulating in the blood can cause vascular disease. That's far more significant than cholesterol. Cholesterol is a necessary component. If it oxidizes, it also can cause trouble, but it's actually a very minor cause.
Okay, so the obvious question, which I was just instant message, you mentioned something about inflammatory disease. This one, I don't know why I think it's a woman. There's no signature. This one message says, my doctor says a baby aspirin a day. Doctor, does that help to reduce inflammation systemically?
Well, it can help, yes, but you want to reduce the cause of the inflammation. What aspirin will do is help to reduce inflammation. This is true. And I don't mind taking it.
Okay.
Or I don't mind other people taking it when necessary. But more importantly, what the person wants to do is find the cause of inflammation in the first place. And again, that cause is going to be more often connected with a person's diet.
And we're not talking, when you say glucose, this first thing people say to me is, oh, I don't eat any sugar. And there's sugar everywhere, because you're talking about any form of sugar is sugar is sugar is sugar.
Any form, and it's what ends up circulating, not what you put in your mouth.
What about fructose? What about fructose?
Fructose is even more so than glucose as far as a cause of inflammation. So, and that's in fruit. It's an agave, which became very popular. That's 90% fructose.
That's death nectar. Yeah, death nectar, right.
Yeah, death nectar, exactly. So all of these things, and glucose is derived from starches. So potatoes, rice, pasta, bread, cereal, all these things, we call them that. We have a perception of that. But once you put them in your mouth and you start chewing and you swallow, your digestive system breaks it down into glucose. When
years and years I've been working with Mark Major over here, and one time he decided he's going to do it, because I've always avoided carbs and all that, and actually he's way stricter than I am now, way stricter. And he eats, this is my colleague right here, he eats, and indirectly we thank you for this, because it's all this stuff we had, and then Buddy Mitchell, who also reads a lot of your stuff. And I think it's Buddy actually that got through to him more than me, but he eats one meal a day. He doesn't eat till the end of the day when he's hungry, later on. And well, as you would say, his body's eating all the time, and we are. But he doesn't take food into his mouth until later on, after 4 o'clock. And he has, better than anyone, has avoided every single form of carb he has. He only has trace carbs. That's amazing.
Unless if I'm having some beer.
No, well, once in a while he has a beer. Now, I want to ask a very true question. If you do a diet like him and you're very strict, and let's say I really mean this now, I'm not trying to josh him or make fun of him or you know, give him a hard time. If you have a beer on a Saturday, just one beer, and you're good all the other time, or you have 2 beers, does that destroy what you've done? Really and literally, does it?
No, it doesn't destroy it. The biggest problem with so-called, you know, kind of breaking the diet, and some people call it cheating now and then. It can vary with different people. It's almost like an alcoholic having a drink. You know, sometimes it leads you into more and worse cheating. Some people, though, can tolerate.
But if you truly just had some carbs one night during the week, one night, would it take a few days to get back the benefits of no carbs?
I have more carbs than you think, but my point to saying that is I only have ingestion. I only take in food once a day.
Right.
Period. End of story.
But when you do have carbs,
but just cutting out all the other crap in between has caused a lot of weight loss, no matter how I look at it.
I mean, Ron Rosedale says the American diet's so bad that anything you do will improve it. In other words...
And I'm not hungry anymore, Doc. I mean, basically, I eat once a day. I might get hunger pains. Just, I mean, even maybe if I do a very long workout.
But very quickly, when you say you have a lot of carbs, what do you mean? You don't have...
Well, I don't have any kind of, well, what most people would call sugar. I'll tell you one. I'll tell you, and you're going to laugh at me. Suzanne does. I love carrots. Carrots, honest to God, are probably the worst vegetable to eat.
No, it isn't.
I think they are. Compared to lettuce, compared to broccoli, compared to spinach.
Are they bad? Are they high in sugar?
Yeah, they're quite high.
Oh, okay.
And the carrots are like a Snickers bar, man.
Carrots are higher even.
Oh, okay, okay.
Dr. Rosedale, you're saying there's no difference between a Snickers bar and a carrot?
Yeah, the amount of carbs. The amount of carbs.
The Snickers bar is going to have more fructose.
Well, that's just what that's his whole argument.
No, she's not understanding what I'm saying.
No.
I don't. Maybe you can explain.
Well, hold on though. If you eat a carrot, it has less carbs than eating a candy bar because it's more concentrated in the candy bar.
The sugar's the same.
The sugar is the same.
The sugar's the same.
Yeah, Ron Rosedale will tell you that if I don't know why people think it's different. When they tell me, "Oh no, I am having whole unbleached sugar," or Whole Foods really kills me. Whole Foods is the most unbelievable scam in the entire world. I love the store though, but because they have some good stuff. But you should just call it whole carbs. It's amazing to me the stuff they have that they promote as healthy that is just sugar disguised as something now politically correct. And sugar is sugar is sugar. And Mark is absolutely right.
It doesn't matter if it comes from an apple or a pear or broccoli for that matter.
Or
if you look at the amount of carbs in something, whether it's in a Snickers bar or a carrot, if you eat the same amount of carbs in either, the sugar breaks down the exact same way.
That's exactly right.
And that's exactly right.
Except for fiber. Except for fiber. Fiber.
Yeah, I have to tell you a funny story.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're exactly right. I remember, it was probably 20 years ago now. I received a flyer in the mail, an envelope, and on the cover of the envelope, before you even opened it, it said, "What's worse for your diabetic patients, a potato or a Snicker bar?" And it had like a picture of both. And you open it up, and it says, "You too can find the answer to these compelling questions." And it was written by the American Diabetes Association. It was an advertisement for a new publication on diabetes that they were trying to advertise to me. And they were saying they both have the same amount of sugar. Therefore, since we know that potatoes are healthy, that we should not be restricting sugar in diabetics' diets.
And really, that's BS.
Potatoes are
it's the opposite. I mean,
man, are they delicious? But starch sucks.
When you say yes, they both have a lot of sugar. then you should typically think, well, then you shouldn't have either. That's correct. A potato is just as bad as a Snicker bar. Instead, they were saying a Snicker bar is just as good as a potato.
I know. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying.
And you know what? That's true, though, what they're saying.
Yeah, it is just as good. Yeah. And so sugar is sugar is sugar. Dr. Rosedale, I really appreciate you being on. We have to get you on one day. Really have to get you on for an extended show. I think Mark would have a ball with you, actually. He probably has more stuff to ask and more insight because honest to God, I've been doing it for so long, and he knows...
You know what, real quick while we still have it, you know what this guy, Buddy Mitchell, does now, Doc? Not only does he do intermittent fasting like I do each day, but each day, tell me if you heard of this, he gets into a barrel of cold water for how long, Suzanne? It's the craziest thing I ever heard. And apparently, when you shock your body with that cold water, it's good for you. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I've heard of that. Having to do, really sometimes with the hormone leptin. It has minimal effects. It can be okay. And anytime...
It's not going to hurt you.
Body, actually, that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger, basically.
Yeah.
And that's really what is happening there. I also want to mention, when we talk about cardiovascular disease, one of the things that's not really appreciated, it isn't just how much your arteries are plugged, but how much they dilate. They can dilate, and how thin your blood is. All of these things are very much affected by hormones that are controlled mostly by what you eat, like insulin and leptin and other hormones like that. And so you can dilate your arteries. So even if it's the same amount of plugging, you have the same amount of calcium, and you eat a high carbohydrate meal, you'll kind of constrict your arteries. If you eat a low, higher fat meal, actually, and you lower your insulin, your arteries will actually dilate. You'll increase your blood flow or decrease your blood flow with every meal that you eat.
Wow. Immediate results.
Heart attacks occur after a high carbohydrate meal.
Immediate results. Yep.
Yeah, immediate results.
Okay, well, we're going to get him back on. So we're going to book it. Dr. Rosedale, in fact, we should do it before the end of the year because people want to know what to do after the first to get some really good health tips and ones that really count. We have more coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of health, Centeno Schultz, they're doing a seminar on the 11th of December, and they want you to come so you can do away with all the fakers, and you can be armed when it comes to the fakers and stem cell therapy. Avoid the fakers. Stem cell therapy at its best is not 100%. These fakers will have you believe even fake stem cells will work. You need to know the truth. Dr. Chris Centeno was the original doc to use stem cells. December 11th, Tuesday night, 6:30. Reserve a seat, please. I'm going to be there. Mark's going to be there. CentenoSchultz.com. But here's the better website for reserving a seat, okay? And if you want stem cell therapy, you can use this too to get in touch with them. AvoidSurgeryToday.com. AvoidSurgeryToday.com.
You actually would have a ball with him more so than me because I'm too much.
My main intake on carbs is literally beer.
You should have him on during between when I'm off. You really should. You would have a ball with him because what I mean is I have been doing it for so long. I'm jaded a bit, and I think that I'm not going to ask the normal questions. I swear to God.
My biggest thing right now is the eating once a day. I cut out that alone. I had some French fries yesterday, man, which to me is like.
Did you feel like shit?
No, I don't. I didn't feel like shit, but God, I love, man. Yours is probably pasta. I see you making.
I don't eat pasta.
I know, but you try to make like broccoli crusted shit.
Oh yeah.
So that
I try to substitute.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way, but with potatoes, giving up the pasta, and trust me, I love pasta. That was nothing. The potatoes, man, are the killer for me.
Okay, you love them.
I love pasta.
You're right. I do love
baked potatoes.
God Almighty, I used to love any form of pasta.
Oh, but I say literally 40 pounds purely eating once a day. And then like I said, I got to really start counting carbs in beer because like yesterday I had probably 3 beers. I bet you I don't even know what that is. And I drink IPAs, man. They're probably higher in carbs than any other beer, which just sucks.
Isn't Guinness the lightest in carbs?
These aren't Michelob's.
Oh, so Guinness.
Guinness is really low, but I mean Michelob Ultralight. I won't even drink that. I have no enjoyment out of
Yeah, it wouldn't bother you.
God, it's like nothing.
Is he your doctor, Tom, at Rosedale?
No, because he doesn't practice, but he's my
He writes books.
I mean, I send him my blood work and everything. He consults me just like a doctor. I mean, but he doesn't treat me for anything. He can call in scripts and all that if I need him, but he does it because he said, look, Tom, I get in trouble if you get hurt. You know, in other words, he's not seeing me. He doesn't want to prescribe anything. So, but he tells my doctor. He'll talk to my doctor and say, do this and do this.
I might switch over. This sounds so stupid to people, but honestly, sugar is sugar is sugar. Alcohol is alcohol. So I might be better off just getting.
Oh no!
Just mixing something with no freaking carbs.
Yeah, mixed drinks is not the same as beer.
No, because there's no carbs.
Whiskey will give you. Oh yeah, it's just alcohol, sugar, and that goes right through you. No problem.
God, I love beer.
But you know what, bro? You have to stop the coke. You have to stop. It's killing you.
I'm so thankful to my parents. When I grew up, we never had soda. We never had any of that shit. Now,
I don't mean to give you shit.
They had orange juice everywhere. Orange juice, which is just as bad, though.
Yes.
Unless you get the pulp.
It drives
two icons out here. I'm doing one.
It drives Suzanne absolutely nuts.
What the orange juice?
She doesn't get that orange juice. Well, maybe with orange juice. She doesn't get the carrots. The carbs are the carbs and the carbs. It is hard. Most people don't get it. They look at like sugar you put in iced tea is different than sugar that's naturally in a carrot.
Or agave. Agave's healthier.
You know what?
than
I
sugar,
do say the sugar they
I don't even know what agave is.
It's such bullshit.
It's cactus honey.
Right.
Okay, but honey is, everybody knows honey is very, I mean,
Honey's very good
sugar cane.
But it's very good for you. It's nature's.
Cheesecake can be, if I'm like at Thanksgiving, I did have some cheesecake, man. Fuck, I love cheesecake.
You know, once in a while.
Pumpkin pie is my favorite.
Well, if you don't once in a while, forget about it, man.
But once you cut it out and you try it.
By the way, Dan, carb-free, seriously. Honey baked ham is in the refrigerator downstairs. I brought some leftover.
We dropped $100 on honey baked for Thanksgiving.
And I cut it up so it doesn't have any of the sugar on it. You know,
there is no other ham.
Oh, you cut the
you took the good part off.
Well, there might be.
No, honey baked though. I'm pretty sure they inject.
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't saturate enough to give you. Honestly, I mean, you can.
As far as, like I say, it comes down to how much you take, really.
How much what?
How much you're doing. You know, you don't have to cut out completely.
Well,
you know,
actually, it would be best if you could limit yourself to 10 a day, 10 grams. Like that would be trace in vegetables like broccoli and spinach. I'm telling you, that would be best. It really would.
I think I cheat like occasionally. Beer especially.
But doesn't he say you still
then I would
Martino here. Welcome.
Some email here. They said I didn't give out a phone number for Icon. It's iconeyecare.com. And you're right. I don't always give out the phone number. I personally feel websites are better, but they do, the cataracts this guy's interested in, they do thousands of those plus LASIK. It's 866-GOT-ICON. That's the number, okay? 866-GOT-ICON. Okay, sorry for the wait for everyone, and I just want to take Jim. It's a car-related problem very quickly here. Jim, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to Car Day. Anyone with car questions, 303-713-TALK. What's going on, Jim?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I got something that's just bugging the heck out of me.
What is it?
We purchased an automobile for my daughter to go to college, a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee from Maximum Auto Search.
Yeah?
And I bought an extended warranty, thank God. And within 2 weeks, we had the air conditioner worked on, no problem. But then we started to notice the car shuddering. Well, school was starting, so we took her down to Durango. Down there, they said broken camshaft, 6 under warranty. They test drove it, still shuddered. They said transfer case was bad. They replaced the whole transfer case.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, so that took 5 weeks.
But this is good, though, that it's under warranty. So how many problems did you have altogether, and how much out of service was it?
It's been out of service 50% of the time that we've owned it.
How long? How long about?
2 months, more than 9 weeks.
Wow. Okay, but it's used, right?
Yes.
Therefore, there's no lemon law that says it's a lemon. If it was a new car or during the first year or warranty period, whichever is shorter, it would be 30 days out of service. cumulatively, and you would have a lemon, but that doesn't mean automatically you get paid, but it gives you an affirmative prosecution. Here's what I want to know. What are you calling about? Because if they're covering it under warranty, you're not going to get another car. I just want to put that out front, just so you know. You're not going to get another car. Okay.
Well, so here, we're leading up to this. So here, we bring it back to Denver because it's still shuttering. And Maximum Auto Search, they're great. Their service is great. They now replace the torque converter. So I'm like, cool. We take my daughter, we drive her back down to Durango in a snowstorm last weekend, and I have no four-wheel drive. The transfer case is not functioning.
Okay. Well, as I said, how many problems?
So that's 4 and 5.
Okay. So when you were calling, Jim, and I mean this because I truly want to find some way to help you.
Yeah.
What were you hoping we'd say?
Well, I'm hoping that you could see what I need to do about if it is a transfer case, about how I go back after that dealership for the cost of labor, because they say they're going to charge me for the labor.
Wait, under warranty? Under warranty because they did it once already?
My warranty company will not cover the labor for the replacement of this transfer case.
Why?
Because the brand new one was put in Durango.
Okay, so you're saying that your warranty company paid for a new one once?
Yes.
And now they're saying, look, we just paid for a new one. Yeah, we'll get it fixed, but we're not paying the labor again.
Correct.
Is that spelled out in your warranty? I don't see where they get to exclude warranty just because it was done again. I mean, that's what a warranty is all about.
Right, and they said, but that's what they're. Well,
but is it? But hold on, is it part of the warranty that on the second job? Yes. Oh, it is. Okay, so they're abiding by the warranty to the letter.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're saying this dealer must have done it wrong, but was it a bad transfer case from the factory?
They say they used Mopar parts in the Jeep, so they said if the parts were bad, that the Mopar warranty would cover it, not my extended service, but of course I'm stuck with the labor.
Here's what I'm asking, Jim. Is it a defect from the parts supplier, or did the other dealer do it wrong?
I believe the other dealer did it wrong.
The believe part bothers me. Why do you believe that?
Because there's no functioning transfer case based upon last weekend's, and it's in the shop right now.
No, but that doesn't mean a defective transfer case would have stopped working. Why do you believe it's not a defective part and it's on the dealer? I'm asking you, why?
I'm just believing that they didn't put it back together correctly.
Okay, well, guess what, Jim? That's not good enough. Here's what you have to do. You have to, if you can show it's a bad transfer case, Mopar will cover it.
Okay.
I mean, you can't just say it. You have to prove it. Have somebody look at it. Is there these people that you? Where do you have the car now?
It's currently at Auto Nation.
Okay, are they on your side, or will they stick up for Mopar? Do you get the impression? I don't know.
Yeah, they're sticking up for the parts part, and of course they're not. They're balking at the labor part.
Well, they don't have to do the labor. They don't owe you anything. I mean, who owes you something is your warranty under the written conditions, which exclude labor, or the parts if they were defective. The dealer right now isn't doing anything wrong. What's the dealer doing wrong now? You brought it in with a bad transfer case. What are they doing wrong? Nothing. Listen, Jim, focus on bad guys. You have one of two bad guys. Either the dealer who put it in wrong, or Mopar who supplied a bad part. Which one is it? You have to decide. And if you have to get an expert on your side, then you have to hire an expert to look at it. You do. Okay. I mean, and I would go to Norris at SOS Inspections. He'll go to that dealer. He can maybe discern, was it a bad part or was it installed incorrectly? Does the dealer now at AutoNation have any opinion?
At the current moment, no. They've pulled it all out, and they're having their own insurance agent look at all the parts and the labor.
Well, then you better have somebody look at it for you too, because as I said, if it turns out the previous dealer installed it wrong and didn't put it back together right, then you're going to have a case against them.
Okay.
Worst case would be small claims court. Now, if it turns out it's a bad part, that would be the easiest route because Mopar will have it replaced. So one or the other. And I'm sorry you're having so much trouble. How many miles on this vehicle?
75,000 on.
Wow, it should never have happened.
And what's the labor? I'm just curious. What's the labor charge?
$270 an hour, $270 an hour.
Well, how
Wow,
much do they say?
that's high.
How much do they say it'll cost to swap?
To just do an initial inspection on the transfer case is going to cost about $400.
But how much do you put a new one in?
Oh, $1,800.
No, that's labor.
That is parts.
I'm not talking about parts. I'm talking about labor. Your warranty's
Labor would be 8 hours at $270. So
oh my God!
That'd be around another $1,800. So yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You're getting You're getting the shaft here.
So they're talking 8 hours to remove the transfer case, take it apart.
No.
8 hours to remove and reinstall.
Yes.
It's a 3-hour job.
At the most.
3 hours.
They're saying 8.
Okay. No. Now, does your warranty insist you keep it at AutoNation? It might behoove you to take all the parts, take that tow truck, and go somewhere else. If they're charging you $1,800 in labor, where these guys say it would be $600, you got a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Or less than $600.
Yeah. My insurance company is just saying because you've already done the repair on the transfer case, we're not going to cover it. But
no, they did say they're going to cover it. If they're going to cover it, but they're not covering the labor.
Yeah.
So
and I'm going to go back and look at. I'll go back and look at the policy and see what it says.
Right,
but,
and then let us know. Just let us know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. Whether you are refinancing or you found a home you want to buy, Ideal. Why are they ideal? You can pick your own term. You can pick anywhere from 23, 24, 17, 18. You can pick 26. You don't have to go back to 30 and start the clock over, but you still get the lower rate. That's idealhomeloans.com. They also have the interest rate guarantee, so if rates go down even further, you get the benefit, no charge, refinance. 303-867-7000. Good people. idealhomeloans.com.
So here's the thing with this transfer case too, Tom.
The credit came through from St. Nick's, which I've never gone to, for $15.
If worse comes to worse, we could take it out, take it apart, call up Norris, come on down. Hey, look, this is what's wrong with it. And transfer case.
When he said shutter, didn't torque
yeah,
go right to your mind?
Absolutely.
Shutter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did too. And I wondered, why are they taking the transfer case and all this other stuff apart?
Well, it's covering the warranty, so he didn't have to pay anything. That's good.
I know, but when I heard the shutter, I thought torque converter. I mean, that's
no money.
The first thing you look at?
No money.
The highway.
Oh, geez.
I feel that he's got a problem.
7.0 is pretty good.
You don't take a transmission out of a vehicle and just put a torque converter in it and say you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's a 2011, thing's 7 years old, and you're just going to put a converter in it without checking the transmission?
But there's only 75,000 miles on it, but you're right. It's
I wonder where this.
And the mileage doesn't dictate what's going to be wrong with it. Yeah, but you never do that. Come on, Trace.
Seattle.
Seattle. Why do you say that?
Tsunami.
It comes down off that edge of Alaska, it points right to Seattle.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know, because it's going to extend out. I think
Or does it pull it in too right there at Anchorage?
Plus yours.
Or no, because it's got to take a while to
That's what I'm saying. So it goes out. Does it come back in?
Times 8 hours.
I think it starts at, and that starts the wave.
Those kind of
You know, when it hits the
When they had that one in that resort area, all those people walking out into the ocean. Yeah.
When it went down.
Because there was no water there. And then next thing you know, man.
8 hour charge comes back.
There's something
I learned through that video, man, if I'm ever on the beach, boy, and the water disappears, I am going to
the new theory
in the Bible.
Let me know if there's anything out there.
Serious. Those for the chasing the people across
the Red Sea.
The Red Sea.
Yeah,
the sea. Well,
tsunami.
Yeah, but tsunami wouldn't have worked at the Red Sea because it's a closed island. But they now think it was misinterpreted as the Reed Sea, which was the delta, which could have had a tsunami. Pull it out, cross, and then come back in.
But would have pulled it out that long for them to cross?
Yeah.
Would it? Because even the India one, I think it was just. It was 15 minutes or so. Do you remember?
It wasn't. They were just crossing the Nile. It was the delta region of the Nile.
Well, how long is the Nile? A couple miles, man.
Who is crossing the Nile?
The Jews.
In the Bible.
The Jews' theory about where they were crossing when they were part of the sea. They think now that it was misinterpreted as the Reed Sea instead of the Red Sea. Which.
So they got one letter wrong.
I don't read.
Reed versus Red.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but in Hebrew, it wouldn't be similar. Read and Red, just because
joking.
Oh
No, it was something interpreted from the Latin
Pronunciation.
Yeah.
They said it really fast.
Well, what difference would that make where they call it?
Because where he's talking about is tsunami could have created it.
At the Delta,
If they ran really fast.
But in the movie, the water was way up there on each side.
Well,
when
that's
they
what they did
walked
wrong. They didn't let Cecil build beat the mill.
Right. Yeah, the movies always depict like a wall.
Ten Commandments.
That you can walk up and do this.
through. Yeah, and I think that's right.
I read a book one time that gives natural phenomena reasons for miracles or different various things.
Yeah, that's what this one was about.
And it was a really good book because it talked about how certain winds in shallow areas you could have some sandy areas. There could be maybe a little puddle of water they're walking through.
This thing was on the History Channel. It was about talking about the 10 plagues of Egypt, how they could have been natural phenomena.
That's right.
Well, was it also when they crucified Jesus? Didn't they say that there was a eclipse at the same time?
What's the story with the?
But see, nobody's disputing that. The whole point is that they're saying that God made it happen at that time.
Yeah, regardless of how it happened.
I mean, just like with Big Bang and all that. I don't know why people will have such brain damage about that shit. Why?
The movie Big Bang Theory?
I love that show. I love that.
I used to like it.
He is good.
I don't watch it.
I like Young
God,
Sheldon.
Is it funny? Oh my God, it's funny.
It's
the characters.
It's just is funny.
What's the biblical story where they come and they kill everybody's firstborn?
That's Passover.
Passover. Yeah.
Why did they do that though? Why did they do it?
Because they were trying to kill Jesus.
Oh, and they didn't know who Jesus was. So they killed every firstborn son.
That would have been...
Holy shit, is that true?
No, Passover's way before Jesus.
Oh, you're right. It's way before. Never mind. That was another one. Hold on. But Herod did the same similar thing. But Passover...
2 weeks.
But here's the thing about Passover. It's really cool. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Anali. How do I pronounce your name? About Kohl's. What? Annalie.
Annalie.
Annalie, what a pretty name. Annalie, what's going on with Kohl's? We very seldom. In fact, I don't remember any complaints.
I remember a good one with Kohl's.
Which one was it?
They sent the ring in, their diamond ring engagement.
Was that Kohl's?
That was Kohl's. To get size. Now, granted, Kohl's doesn't size them. They sent them to X.
I remember that.
When it came back, it was fake.
I remember that, and they reimbursed her.
That was 4 years ago.
Anyway, what's going on, Annalie?
So we went there to, I went online Thursday night to get my Black Friday shopping done as soon as they lifted the hold for the doorbuster deals. And I placed my order. Everything went through. They charged my card. I had 2 different orders. The one of them was over $300 for a pair of Studio Beats for my child. Woke up Saturday morning and
wait. How much?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. How much were those beats?
$300.
300.
That's normal.
Correct.
Yeah, but those, okay, just so everyone listening knows, technically, they are no better than ones you can get at Micro Center or Walmart or other places. And I'm telling you, competitors, this is not for you, but Annalie, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You can spend $39.
Oh, come on.
Okay, all right.
Like $149 I'll give you on the Sonys.
I'll show you. Go ahead and talk to me. Oh, wait. Are these active noise reduction?
Yeah, I mean,
are they
the studio are.
Were these active noise reducers?
Yes, they were the studio, the Series 3.
But did they have what's called ANR technology? If so, then it's right. It wouldn't be that low. It would be about 100.5. But was it ANR technology?
As far as I believe, yes.
Okay. So anyway, what happened? You paid $300 for that. What else?
Yeah, so we were supposed to get like $75 back in Kohl's cash was the Black Friday deal that they had going on.
Okay, so you were owed $75 basically.
Well, yeah, but we didn't even get that far. So
okay. What happened?
I woke up Saturday morning, got an email from Kohl's that they had canceled our order.
Why?
Because they're out of stock.
Wait. So the Beats for $300. What else was in the order?
Just the Beats on that order. That's all I had on that order was the Beats. So they canceled the entire order, and so they say you have to call this.
Usually they give you a notice saying out of stock, and then you're on back order. I don't understand it.
No. Nope, they canceled the order.
While supplies last would allow them to do that. But anyway, what happened then?
So then I called in because they still had charged our card already $300.
They never refunded it?
Well, it took them 6 days before they even refunded the money.
Wow.
So the reason why we're upset is because they won't go back and honor the Black Friday deal. They now have them back in stock, and they had them up for Cyber Monday deal, but they wouldn't even honor the people that had gotten them for Black Friday.
Now, on Cyber Monday, how much were they?
The same price.
Why didn't you get it then?
Because they still had my money. They still had my money. They hadn't even refunded me, and they wouldn't honor it, and they wouldn't put the order through. They said they had to wait until the bank refunded my money, and then I could go up.
In other words, you didn't. If you would have put up another $300, you could have bought them, and then you could have got. That's really, I hate to tell you this, that's what you should have done. But I don't know for the life of me why it took them 6 days to do that. But you were waiting to do it simultaneously. You wanted to make sure you got your credit before you ordered a new one.
Exactly.
And they wouldn't do it quicker. And so, but really, in the strict sense, you missed the deal. I mean, you should have bought it. They would have honored it if you bought it that day, right? But you would have had to put up another $300.
Right, because they already had my first $300.
No, I know that. But they really didn't have your first $300 because you didn't pay it. It was on credit. And there's no way they would have ever. You should have been secure enough to know you would have never double paid, but you weren't. So you went ahead and played it safe and didn't buy them, and now you missed the deal. They won't do anything for you.
No, they won't do anything. Plus, there is a lot of people in the same situation that had actually gotten doubled or triple charged for items. So
well, yeah, I mean, people. Okay, but what does that have to do with you? Nothing. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. What can we do about it? That's the deal. What do they offer? Anything? Anything?
Nothing. No, I actually called and I waited online for over an hour with them, and I got to a supervisor who said if I questioned why my order was canceled one more time, that he was going to block all my future orders with Kohl's by my credit card number, and I would never be able to put another order through Kohl's. And that's how they handled it.
Hey, by the way, which Beats exactly was this? Beats Solo, Beats Studio, Wireless,
Studio. And they are active noise canceling, man. I know this for a reason.
Okay, but listen, I'm seeing them here for $225 on Amazon.
That's the older ones.
Well, okay.
It's Studio 3 is the one she bought.
This is Studio 3. Beats Studio 3 wireless over-ear headphones.
Those are probably the Solo. Are they Studio?
No.
There's so many Beats, man.
Beats Studio 3 wireless over-ear headphones.
Yeah, $350 bucks.
No. That's $350 from them. 14 others are $225. Now, some of them are used. Hold on.
I'm telling you, I have done so much research on these, I can't even tell you, man.
And they're totally overrated.
Oh, they're totally overpriced. There's no doubt, but that's,
Gucci's
overpriced.
I can't believe this jerk said that to you. He actually said, if you question, but although I understand what he means by this, you shouldn't question why they canceled it. They were out of stock. I don't even understand what did you want to be said? That they weren't out of stock, they canceled it on purpose? What did you want him to say that would have satisfied you and kept you from asking again?
I felt like, and I had a similar situation happen with GameStop with games. What GameStop did for me was when an item came back in stock, they still honored that Black Friday price, and they went ahead and just shipped it, and they charged my card as they were shipping the item.
Well, you didn't want to charge your card, Annalie. You just told me you...
No, but I felt like Kohl's should have... still honored that Black Friday deal.
They would have honored it if you bought them that day. You didn't buy...
That wouldn't have been fair to me. I didn't have $600. I'm a mom, a college student, working full-time, paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have $600 in my bank account. I used my debit card.
Okay, that says it all. Annalie, that says it all. I did not know you were talking about a debit card. I fully understand now. I thought you were talking about credit, and therefore it would have just been a temporary $600 on your credit extra, and then they would have refunded it. Now I understand completely. They took $600 from your debit. You didn't even get the money back, so you couldn't purchase them, and they should honor it. I agree with you. You know what, for the hell of it, give Clint, I'm going to challenge you. And if you can get this done, I'm going to give you a medal with my picture on it. And if you can't get it done, I'm bouncing you on your ear January 1st. Annalie, I want him to take a stab at it. I am so overtime right now, so hang on.
Really, take a stab at it. I challenge you.
So, Tom, really, what she needs to get is a fucking credit card.
Mark, were you looking to buy one
she needs to buy a cheaper gift for her kid.
I did.
Well, that too.
How much?
That is
well, I got
People who don't have
25%
a
off,
credit
so
card
whatever it
are
was.
stupid.
Yeah.
How much were they?
I mean, basically, as long as you can do, right, you get 30 days to pay stuff.
Debits take a long
They hold their
Well, but debits, they won't fight for you like a credit card will.
Right.
You know that
even the good
that
Sony
finance
noise
guy that's on
canceling
the
are
radio and
300
stuff,
though.
I know.
Hey, what's that finance
Now
guy
you know what I bought?
that's on the radio?
Mine was
Home finance guy?
$79.
I don't know.
Amazon brand. Mine are $79. When I'm on an airplane, I hear
And he
nothing
advertises on
but
your
the music.
stuff. When he says
$79.
no credit card, pay everything cash. That's the dumbest thing. Who's that guy that says that pay cash for everything? No
Dave
credit?
Ramsey.
Fucking Ramsey.
I get-
What an idiot.
I get money back.
He's not an idiot. Very smart, but I totally disagree with him. He makes it sound like you're a drug addict and you can't even have one little drink or one either pill. But not everyone with credit is a credit addict. And I think it's such a useful tool. And he recommends you never use credit.
Absolutely.
No,
Never.
It's like any other tool to use it properly.
That's
Yeah.
right. I mean, to say never to use credit, not
Right.
learn how to use it.
Right.
If I had a child, I absolutely want him to have a credit card and learn how to use it.
Absolutely.
And
It's
so,
unrealistic.
Mark, when you wear those headphones, you have a pair of those Beats 3?
Oh fuck no! I bought mine were Amazon brand, $79.
Yeah.
When I'm on an airplane, when they're on, all I hear is either the movie I'm watching, the TV show I'm watching, or the music. They are the most. Here's how incredible they are, because it's my first pair, and I only got them like 6 months ago.
I always thought about getting a pair.
I'm on my tractor.
Did we have somebody
mowing,
like Mike on
okay,
there?
and I got a decent-sized diesel tractor. It's, it's loud. It's so quiet, I'll never do it again because I ran over some shit and didn't even know I ran over shit, and I almost fucked my tractor up.
Yeah.
Are they over the year?
I ended up pulling my entire tire off out in the middle of my pasture, jacking it up, pulling this big-ass tire off, and undoing this fence and wiring I ran over.
God.
I had no idea. I'm just driving along and my tractor stops, which has never happened. I take the headphones off and I hear...
That's a tractor story.
Right. That is a tractor story.
Did you?
What kind of a tractor is it?
It's a John Deere.
I want to get a riding mower for my property.
I love mine.
You know what?
Right now it's got its snow thrower on it, then I'll switch it back to the
I've been
dump
looking
in
at
the
some
front.
reviews on some of the John Deere tractors, though, but the transmissions go out all
No, you're talking the tiny ones.
Right.
Yeah. Those are all built by other people. Seriously.
What do you got, like a 23 horse?
Although, you know what I've had forever, they're different now, is Sears. My little riding lawnmower, which I still use just for my manicured part, oh my God, I've had that since 2004. So I've had that thing, how long is that?
14 years.
14 years. I do an oil change every 2 seasons. It's the only maintenance I've ever done.
Sure.
And that thing works perfectly. I got to give it to, I don't know who builds Craftsman back
Right,
then.
right.
So yours is over the year. Your headphones are over the year.
Yeah, they make noise canceling. Here's how noise canceling works. They have basically little microphones on the outside that get the noise or the tone coming in, and then they somehow combat that by creating a canceling tone.
I've always wondered.
They're fucking scary, man, because you can't hear shit.
I gotta get a good one.
Wow.
But no, so Tom, you got tendinitis.
So you got a
Does
$70
noise
pair.
canceling bother you? Because now you're.
No, it's better.
Oh, is it?
It actually, if I could wear them all the time, it does some. I don't know why, but it does something.
Really?
Yeah, it makes it way better.
That actually it
Because
makes sense, though.
When I'm super
I don't know
quiet,
why,
now
but
I
it's
hear the
not
ringing.
sampling that noise to generate a
No, because it's from the inside.
But what,
It couldn't sample it.
But it still makes, when I put those on, in
might
fact,
get
I
You know what it is?
about that
It's-
the other day.
it's the
Why don't
canceling noise.
Why don't they put that on a hearing aid anyway, noise canceling? Why don't
If
they?
it works like that.
Technology.
Well, that's a great idea.
It could be dangerous, though. If you wore these driving a car, you wouldn't hear honking.
Well, no, but I use them in, obviously in aircraft, you hear talking and stuff. Well, that's because we have an intercom. Never mind. I don't realize. I don't know what.
Mark, there, I'll show you. I'll send you a link to the ones I.
Wait. You could have ANR with a squelch to activate. In other words, if the noise is loud enough, it would break squelch. So if somebody talks to you, yeah, you could do that. Sure. And a honk.
Get there.
God, I got tinnitus so bad.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
I got it.
Hi, Tom Archie up here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Oh, he's a disciple of Dr. Ron Rosedale. Simply Floors Inc. He got Mark into the fasting part. Buddy Mitchell. Hey, if you want to save money, 20, 30, 40, even, well, sometimes half, routinely 20%, with all the same floor coverings as the big boxes, plus get the personalized attention of a home visit and get expert craftsmen to install above the notch. SimplyFloorsInc.com. They have a showroom at 52nd and Ward if you want to drop in, or just go to SimplyFloorsInc.com and make an appointment. You will never be disappointed. I've only had one complaint on these guys. One. And it was, I don't even want to get into it. Totally ridiculous. Totally. All right. 303-713-8255. Scott is driving from somewhere in Wyoming. Where in Wyoming are you nested, sir?
Well, I'm in Colorado now, Tom.
Well, where do you live?
We're about 45 miles northeast of Cheyenne. It's a little tiny area called Alden, Wyoming.
I'll talk slow. So, Scott, what did you want to tell us?
No, Tom, I just wanted to tell you, I've been listening to you for about 10 years, and I appreciate all you do. I'm using your referral list today, sir. I'm right now got my lovely family in the car, and we're behind the flatbed trailer. It's got my 09 Tahoe hybrid on it, taking it down to see Mark Machowski at Budget Day 1.
Are you taking it down for a transmission?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's shot. It went out yesterday pretty good. So I was going to try to drive it down, and I thought better of it.
Well, that's cool.
170 miles cost about $1,000 to get it down there, but I'll tell you what.
Oh my goodness! Don't you have enough places up around there?
I do, Tom, but I don't trust anybody enough, and I just been listening to you long enough.
You will love them. You will love them, and they're going to tear that up, and it's not going to cost you anything to see exactly what is wrong with it.
That's what Scott was saying down there, and I just said we're coming into. I'm at 136th Avenue right now, so I'll let you go. But
oh man, congratulations! Thank you very much. I mean, for coming down, and where are you spending the night?
I'm going back home, sir.
Oh,
I gotta get
man.
to work. I got to pay for this.
You're crazy.
Scott, thank you. Drive safe. We will get you and your family taken care of. Thank you very much.
What kind of work do you do there, Scott?
I'm actually an orthodontic lab tech, Tom.
An orthodont. So you make the appliances?
Yes, sir. I make the retainers, the expanders.
Very cool. Okay, what were you going to say,
Years
Mark?
ago when we first moved to Colorado, we bought our first house out in Castle Rock. I left to go see my grandmother in Phoenix about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
The first sign I noticed was "Welcome to Wyoming." I went the damn wrong way on 25.
God.
Anytime I hear someone from Wyoming. So I was passing my house again 6 hours later.
That's so weird. Thank you, Scott. I was one time, I had a job. I don't have time to take a new call. I will take all of your calls right after the break. I had a job on a moving van for a summer with my stupid cousin Joey. Okay, hey, forget about it, one of those guys. And I say, we're going past Washington, D.C., take the Beltway. I used to go down on spring break, 495. I fall asleep. He wakes me up and says, hey, Stunad, we just made a complete circle around the city. And I said, what are you, 495 is a Beltway. You go around, and at the bottom,
it's like
you get off. He did not get off it. And blame me because he made a complete circle around the city. Oh, my God. And I had to work with him and his buddy for the summer, and they would rent a hotel room. So when we had a big Beacon van, and he would do that, and I literally had to sleep in the truck on a moving blanket. Anyway, I'm done. We have another hour to go on the Troubleshooter Show. It's car day. We got to get more car calls in here, 303-713-TALK. But I will help with anything, any problem you have, questions or complaints, or you just want to unload, you can do it. Coming right up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
If you're looking wrong, though, it was in 1993, and it was in Parker, and we just moved into our first house there in 93. And man, I got up at 3:30 in the morning, grabbed our little dog and Allie, and Suzanne was staying at home. We didn't have kids or anything. And man, I saw that sign, and my brain, it was so funny, my brain said, shit. Well, there must be a way to get there through Wyoming.
Did you see the mountains are on the left?
That's what everybody said. Everybody says that.
It was dark though, right?
It's like C-470.
Can you believe that idiot though went around the city?
Yeah. Oh fuck! I got on. I did kind of like that.
And he calls me the Stunad.
What's a Stunad?
It's stupid. You know, Stunad.
Italian, you just add fucking weird pronunciation.
You start out with stupid.
You use your hands a lot.
Instead of stupid. Yeah, you got to do that. He's a geekola.
Yeah, was that what they do?
He's an ignorant sage.
Something when they do it like that or stuff. Well, that's the Three Stooges.
Spaghetti.
So Suzanne was telling me about Tom Maggio. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Did you see the picture?
No.
Oh, we'll show you. Holy fuck. Tom's got it on his phone. I looked at it for a half second. I don't even want to say it, man. It is fucking unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
What is unbelievable? The picture. The damage to his car?
The car, I can't even imagine. It's semi versus car. I mean, there's fucking no car left.
Was it late at night or what?
He apparently fell asleep, man, and ran into a fucking semi. And I assure you the semi. I think what happened is literally it pushed the entire front of the car into the front seat, and there's no compartment for your legs. I mean, your legs are literally gone.
If they save his leg, it's a miracle.
We'll have that doctor on if they do.
Yes.
You can't even, when you see the picture, we can't even describe it.
Oh, my. Suzanne said they were missing part of his femur.
Oh, wait, maybe she had it. Hey, do you have the pictures of Tom, or did Tom have them? Missing leg.
Femur, that's this
right here. Missing part. Oh,
Dude, they couldn't find it.
The femur, couldn't find it?
That's what he told us. They can't find his leg, his femur.
I used to have a towing business.
So there's nothing left, but basically the bone is gone, and somehow the fucking skin is kind of there.
Okay.
You'll see the picture.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dude.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. If he was in an older car, there's no way he'd be alive. And I don't even know what he was in. Hey, show them the picture of Tom. You're the only one that has it.
Was the semi stopped?
The picture of Tom.
Well, I had a towing.
Oh, my God. Do I still have it?
Was the semi stopped and he just plowed right into it?
I don't know if I have it. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I may have.
You started
It
out
was so disturbing, you may have believed it. I didn't want it.
Another one came up.
No, I didn't keep it.
And I combined them.
Wow, at 28.
Can you look in your deleted? Or no, it's gone.
Not in text.
Oh, your knowledge you learn there, I bet you.
Stupidest thing.
I never have.
The overhead
was bad, Jack.
It's such a slim margin.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What is
towing?
Oh.
Is it really?
Well,
what is?
Darn it.
Towing.
We just charge our
man, after the employees and the insurance.
We just charge our customers whatever we
And the trucks.
No, I mean the company I used to own years
How
ago.
much do you think a good tow truck costs? Well over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're towing cars at $50 a throw. $100,000.
And your employees have got to, you know.
And the PUC license, I think, is like really, really expensive.
No, the license is nothing.
No, the insurance.
Right.
The PUC. Right. Okay.
Wow.
So then you got to find real assholes to work for you because there's never a good tower.
Well,
except for the ones on referral list, the referral list.
But who's going to want to be on 24-hour call?
Nobody.
That guy,
on Christmas.
Cast Iron is so good. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Cast Iron.
I've known Billy for 30 years.
They all get, you know what, though?
We had that guy up north that was good, too. He just never could get down here. That big bear. No, what was it? Bear something?
They never get they never. Most people that deal with the tow truck, it's nothing fun.
Right. It's not a positive.
Unless if you're like calling to have your classic car brought to a body shop, there is no.
No, everybody that comes in the door is looking to hook it with you.
They're pissy, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
Because you towed it off the parking lot, you towed it on the side of the street,
or in an accident, the cops called you.
Yeah.
And they owe money.
Yeah.
And they owe money.
Oh,
but it wasn't even my fault.
I stress.
Yeah.
There's no
sorry. You're right. I believe it would be that. But I thought there was more money into it.
No, it's a tough road.
Well, when did you learn mechanicing?
It was a hobby.
Oh, okay. So you never went to school for it?
No.
I don't think. Oh, I guess back in the day there was Vogue.
Oh no, there was tech schools back there.
Absolutely,
absolutely.
Yeah. God, I don't know, man. Any kid I hired out of what did they change the name to? It was
Denver Diesel.
No, it's still
There's
there.
another one now.
It's something technology or something.
Right.
Lincoln Tech.
Lincoln
Right,
Tech.
that's
It was right across from one of my stores, man. Anybody I hired coming out of there was a complete moron.
Really? But they had them believing that they were ready to come in and make $100,000 a year coming out of the school. Yeah.
That was the, you're right.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and I welcome you to the only show of its kind anywhere. Welcome. Now, let's dispense with the formalities. Let's just say if you found the show, you're lucky. Everyone who has a problem knows about it eventually. I hope you just stick around and listen. Let's go to the phones. It's car day. Got some experts here. Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. And they have that awesome special right now. They'll tear down and inspect your transmission free of charge. Obviously, you know, they want to know you got an inkling to repair it. You know, hey, man, I like this car. I'm probably going to repair it. And they'll give you a range of what the worst and best case scenarios would be. But you're not obligated. I mean, something might have happened in between. When they tear it apart, you just say, you know what, now it's on second thought, I don't want to get it repaired. No charge. I'm going to take it somewhere else, Mark. No charge. Really? I'm going to junk the car. No charge. They're doing it at their risk. There's no downside. Here's another thing. If you do get another bid, or you have another bid right now, they'll beat it by 10% or $250, whichever saves you the most money. So that's Budget. He's right here right now. Machowski. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. We're talking about problems, questions, and complaints with cars, but you don't only have to call about cars. We will get right to the phones, and Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. And Kevin prides himself at, you know, I call Al Aramis the car nanny, meaning that, you know, you get notified and you're part of a family. Kevin's got a family, too, 2 locations. And the family of, like, loyal customers, really, that's one of the hallmarks. He probably has more regular customers than anyone. That tells you something. I mean, regular customers that just have been going for years. Let's talk to Jeremy about this Peak Kia thing. What's going on, Jeremy? What's going on?
Hey, how are you doing today, sir?
Good, man. What can we help you with?
Okay, so November 7th, we took my daughter in. She's in the Air Force. She's going to Nevada. We take her in to get her a car.
Yeah.
Turn around, find the car that she wants. We turn around and the price is right, the payment's right, everything's right.
Okay.
Sign the contract, everything like that.
Gotcha.
Well, 3 weeks later, she's gone in Nevada. We get a call 3 weeks later. My wife called to find out what's going on because they said they got it approved through Federal Credit Union.
Okay.
Well, the finance manager isn't in. Then we turn around and she finally gets a hold of the finance manager.
Well, hold on. Did she have the car at this point?
Yeah, we have the car.
All right, so you took delivery before financing was complete.
Yes.
Okay, and by the way, that's a practice. That's a practice I heavily avoid. I advise against. And people do it. People do it, rightly so. I will say on their defense, they do it because they're somehow convinced it's just a formality. Don't worry about it. Did they even go? Did they go so far as to put down what the financing would look like for a monthly payment and an interest and all that?
We had everything. We had 5.19%.
And then hold on. Let me guess. And I'm just guessing. And then did they then call back and say we can't get you what we thought? You got to bring in more money, or you got to bring in a cosigner, or you got to have higher interest? Which one?
we got a higher interest because we had the cosigner.
You see, do you know why? Do you know why I know that trick? Because they do it all the time.
Because it happens all the time.
Now, yes, they do. It's called the callback. It's called the callback. They will give you an ideal financing scenario, ideal, to where you will say, wow, that's great, and you take the car. Then they call you back after you've shown your friends and neighbors your new car. Then they call you back and say, oh, sorry, you either need a cosigner, you need a higher interest, or you need more money. Now, if you don't do that, they're going to say, okay, then take the car back, bring the car back, and we charge you so much a day, so much a mile. This is the biggest scam in automobile dealing. Now, I have stung dealers in the past so badly that you would not believe it. However, I'm not inclined, because it costs me money, to take on a legal case, but I'm going to tell you what you can do in some circumstances, okay?
Okay.
We did this against one place because it was so egregious so many times. But here's what you do. If your paperwork is made out properly, that dealer, and they're all stupid when it comes to this, they're all stupid, they will put down that under financing, they are the lender. They'll put their names in there. And they will type out a truth in lending showing you the interest. Did you even get how many payments and how much each payment was?
Yes, it was like $295.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You got a truth in lending statement, didn't you? So you got the required truth in lending statement. You got a monthly payment. You got an interest rate. They were put down as the lender, and they also even had you sign a security agreement saying the car was collateral. So you signed all of that stuff as if you had a loan, right? But the dealer's going to say, oh, we didn't get you a loan. Now, here's what you can do in some cases, and I have to tell you something. I don't know what your paperwork looks like, so you have to discern if you can do it or not. But in some cases, you can say to the dealer, oh, I'm sorry, you are the lender, and you did agree to take 36 payments or whatever at so much a month at this interest rate. So guess what? I don't care if you find me a loan. You lended me, you financed me. And they're going to say, oh, no, no, no. This deal was contingent upon getting financing. In fact, they may even show you on a disclosure sheet, listen carefully, on the disclosure sheet, it may say this deal is contingent upon financing, right? And then you're going to say, oh, okay, but you financed it. And they're going to say, wait a minute. What do you mean we financed it? Where's the approval? Well, you signed it. You handed me keys. I got a truth in lending statement. I got a monthly payment. I got an interest rate. And this is my car. Now, that has worked in the past in some cases. And I remember giving a talk to the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association. And it wasn't a public talk. It was we were meeting on something. And I said to them, guys, this is a big flaw in your contracts. You must amend your contract. And you must say, we are not the lender. And this is contingent upon us selling or assigning this to another lender.
Okay.
If they don't do that, and they don't because they're stupid, and Bill Barrow, who was the president at the time, he was stupid too because he just refused to acknowledge this loophole. So I think everyone who has just closed on a car and got that paperwork should go after the dealer as their lender.
Okay.
Because there's nothing else we can do.
Okay, I'm looking at the retail installment sale contract.
Yeah.
It does say seller creditor is Kia.
I know.
Chapel Hill.
I know. I know exactly what they're doing.
Okay.
They put themselves down as the dealer. Where are they located?
Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. They're so stupid. Here's the problem. They are so stupid, they don't even know they do it. But here's why. Because they think you're stupid. That's why they do it. How do you put yourself down as the lender, approve the entire deal, and deliver the car, and then call back and say you weren't financed?
You should walk in and tell them that.
Yeah. Why don't you walk in and tell them that? And I want to know what they say. You walk in and say, I wouldn't take the car there. They might try to get it. I would say, by the way,
the car's in Nevada.
well, you can call them and you can say, by the way, I'm not taking the car back. I am financed. You're the but now you have to make sure you start making your payments to them.
Yeah.
So I want to know what they say. In fact, I would love for you to call them as soon as possible and get back to us. We'll give you a back line to call back. I want to know what they say.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, hold on. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Joe Flouting. Joe is one of the HormoneBros.com. He and his two brothers have revitalized health, and they do, BioT treatment, which is pellet treatment for testosterone and estrogen. They can do thyroid. They do Juvederm. They do Botox. They do microneedling to stimulate your collagen in your face. It's wonderful. Anyway, to make a long story short, they have some holiday special. What is it, Joe? What are you offering? I really want to make sure it's a great deal.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, we've had such a good response to the last time we were on the show with talking about the PDO threads and the microneedling, that the past week we've had a special for 30% off going on for
Holy
the
crap.
microneedling and the PDO threads.
Can you tell me what that would
today.
what would that amount to roughly, a range in a thread lift?
In a thread lift, the last one that we did a couple days ago, she saved almost $400.
How much did the total thing cost?
That was $650.
Okay, and how low do they go usually?
They, depending on which ones you want done, they can go as low as $300-400.
Okay, and here's the deal: whatever it is, you take 30% off the regular price.
Absolutely.
And that's on any procedure or the thread lift?
That's on any of the thread lifts and microneedling.
Okay, that is cool. And they're at $470. I got to get the number. They're at $470 and Ken Carl. TheHormoneBros.com is where you can look them up. And it's only to the end of the week. You don't have to have it done before the end of the week. You just, let me find this here. You just have to make the appointment, okay? HormoneBros.com. Can somebody help me out here?
720.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
361-2302.
Thank you.
2302.
We got more coming up.
This report is sponsored by 23 and
No
Me.
new stalls or accidents being reported
I
on.
know. I was looking for hormone, and it's under revitalized.
Hormones. What's that?
I'm liking mine now.
Oh, that's the
military.
Wait till you see what they give you next time.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, guys, 30 seconds. We're going to do another spot. 30 seconds.
You're going to love it.
That's a name.
You're going to have the biggest honkers in the room.
Don't remember. My memory's really good. It's just short.
My hormone was 1240.
That's good. Yours is a little hot. Yours is a little hot.
Yeah.
So they're going to down it next time, right?
They probably will.
Yeah, but it's his first month, first pellet. Wouldn't it be naturally high?
For 5 weeks.
Did your follow-up, how many
That
weeks?
was my follow-up.
And when? How many weeks later?
5 weeks.
You're a little high.
And get 30% off each kit.
You want me to get you a tampon or something to lower it?
GoCamSolar.com. You know, you don't see sun outside today.
Colorado has many sunny days. Your lot might be shielded. Your lot might be ideal. Your lot might be in between. What will your lot generate in electricity? What will it mean in savings? You can find out free of charge. Cam Solar wants to do this because they want only the customers that will truly benefit. Because under their system, you get a 20 to 25-year warranty on certain parts. Some are 20, some are 25. With Cam Solar, you get a labor warranty as long, and you buy the system over time. But immediately you save money, no money down because of tax credits, and immediately you save money because you're no longer paying electric. Think about that. And then eventually, when the system's paid off, you don't pay an energy bill at all. Wow. To find out how good or bad your lot is, you go to this website, GoCamSolar.com, put a slash, and then Troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/Troubleshooter, and they'll get back to you with a free analysis and no obligation.
It's the new Kaplis and Kafer Show. Afternoons 4 to 7.
I'm starting to sleep a lot better.
You feel better?
Yeah.
You know what? He was on Ambien. And I didn't realize this about Ambien. You don't dream. You have no dreams on that.
I didn't dream.
It doesn't feel like you just go to sleep and wake right up. Right. Yep, I'm just afraid of it. Frank Duran, TheRealEstateMan.com. There is no one better. How's that?
I know. I ticked off a lot of good real estate people who are really good, but they say, Tom, why do you say Frank Duran is the only good one? I didn't. I say he's the best. I don't say he's the only. He's the best. But you know what? You may find a better fit, but shop around. Talk to Frank. I think you'll use him. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, especially if you're listing a home. They clean the home, stage the home, and don't hold you to a long-term contract. If you cancel in a day, they'll call it good. But no one does because they know Frank Duran, therealestateman.com is the best. 303-920-1622. Let's keep going here. So we have a problem with this and this financing thing, which happens all the time. And people leave a dealership and they get the old call back. So let's talk about not doing that same mistake over and over again, folks. Don't leave until something is 100% approved so you don't have to fight that battle. Sam, you have an 02 Honda Odyssey. What's going on with your transmission?
Oh, I took it into a shop in Big Timber, and they did the work, and I didn't realize that they were buying a reman tranny from somebody else.
Well, what did you think they were doing?
Well, I didn't know if they were building it there or what. I took it in because I knew we had transmission problems.
Okay, and so how did they bill it, though? Did they say to you, we're going to refurbish, rebuild? What did they call it?
It's rebuilt.
Okay, and
it's
so
a reman transmission.
So is that how they introduced it to you? Or is
that it would be a reman transmission.
Okay.
That's how I used to sell.
That's not uncommon.
Somebody like Mark or Kimmer.
Sure. Okay, so yours was turned in as a core, and then they got a reman back.
That's correct.
Okay, so what's going on?
So 3 months later, the transmission has gone out again. It's sitting in the shop here in Colorado, and I can't seem to get anybody to warranty anything.
Well, hold on a sec. Where'd you have the original work done with the reman?
In Big Timber, Montana.
And in Big Timber, who did it?
A shop called Precision Repair and Fabrication.
Okay, and what kind of warranty did you get?
Well, their warranty is a 12 and 12.
And is it beyond 12 and 12 now?
No.
Okay, and what kind of warranty? Is it only for their shop?
It doesn't say that.
Well,
so I can read the warranty to you real quick if you'd like.
Well, what do you mean read it to me? How long is the warranty?
It's only just a couple paragraphs.
Well, I don't want you to read the whole thing, but here, usually a warranty says...
What's the gist of it?
Yeah, I mean, it can't be that open. Okay, start reading it at least. Skim through it. Go ahead.
Okay, it says all parts include a minimum of 12 months, 12,000-mile warranty unless otherwise noted by part manufacturer.
Okay.
Which kicks it up to the part manufacturer. The transmission was remanned by Hanser's Transmission in Billings, Montana.
And
they offer a 6-month warranty.
Okay.
And so it's only been 3 months since the job was done.
Okay.
So what does Hanser say if this new shop calls them up? What do they say?
Well, this new shop called them up and said, yes, we will go ahead and rebuild it for you, but you need to pay to get it here. Shipping's $200.
Of course you do. With any warranty in the entire universe. You have to pay for removal, you have to pay for shipping, you have to pay for reinstallation, or will they pay for the labor at least?
They will not pay for the labor either.
But Sam, listen, here's the bad part. Here's the really bad part. It is what it is. Whatever that warranty says is what it is. If it says labor's included, labor's included. If it says shipping's included, shipping's included. If it doesn't mention it, it's not included. That's the bitch about warranties, is that you don't think something's going to go wrong, freaking a few months later. It's ridiculous. But obviously there's something wrong. And you hope that the manufacturer doesn't blame the installer, because that happens too a lot. Where they say, well, we're not doing anything now because it was installed improperly. What went wrong with it? Did the new place tell you what went wrong with it?
Yeah, they said the sprag rolled over.
And did they say it was due to bad installation, or what did they say?
They said it's due to using worn parts.
Okay, so it's not installation. Now, here's the thing. Who's the new shop?
The new shop is Elite Automotive in Loveland, Colorado.
Okay, Elite. Where'd you find him? How'd you find him?
The owner I've known for a long time.
Good.
He's been
then you trust him. You trust him.
Yes.
Okay, so he said his gut feeling is it was bad from the factory.
Yes.
Okay, so I think you should contact Hanson's directly.
Okay.
Did you?
He did. He's been dealing with him.
Did they refuse? Oh, no, they didn't refuse. You just have to send it there. Well, I wish I could give you better news on that, Sam.
This is why you go. I mean, like Kevin, for example, has a nationwide warranty. This wouldn't
3
be
years, 30,000, 3 years unlimited.
Well, okay. Do they have to ship it though?
No.
What happens?
No.
What happens?
The manufacturers we work with will honor warranty anywhere in the country.
Okay, but will they pay for your core to go back to them?
Yes.
Will they pay for the shipping back to you?
Yes.
Will they pay for labor?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's a great warranty.
Yeah, and we do charge a little more, but I mean that's what you get.
Yeah.
How much did this one cost?
Did you pay for the warranty separately?
I don't. It doesn't list it that way.
How much did the job cost?
$2,489.28.
That's pretty cheap
Just
for
shy
the
of
Odyssey.
$2,500.
Yeah, that was pretty cheap. That's labor and parts?
Yes.
Listen, man, if they're willing to do it, you got to send it back. I don't think you can cry about it. I mean, not if you accepted that warranty. I hate to be so simplistic, but that's what it is. Keith, go ahead, sir. What's happening, Keith? Hello, Keith.
Ken Carl? Is that
No.
what I heard?
Uh-oh. I hope you didn't.
Whoa! Dinner.
Yeah, caught you, Tom.
Wait a minute.
Dinner. Find that tape, Jesse. Find it.
Yeah, you find it and prove it. I've been trying to do Ken Carroll.
Bam.
You know, by the way,
Yeah.
Keith's talking about something where, by the way, we're going to have to invite Keith in and I'll buy him lunch, not dinner because it's lunchtime. But here's the deal. If Keith wants to come in, I'll buy him lunch, okay? Now, he's talking about, I used to say Ken Carl. Somebody said it's Ken Carroll because they knew the family. And so I said, okay, from now on, I'm going to say Ken Carroll, and if anybody catches me not doing it, I'm going to buy you dinner. So that's it.
No. Wait a minute. You were going to buy me dinner.
No.
It has nothing to do with the listener.
No, the listeners coming in. I'm buying them. 303-713-TALK. Let's keep going here. I'm not overtime, right? I'm not. Okay, good. I'm so used to being overtime. Okay, hold on. Mark, what's happening with you, Mark?
Hey, Tom.
What's going on, man?
I got a problem with the city of Sheridan, Colorado. They won't give me a homeowner's building permit because I haven't lived in the house for at least a year or owned it for at least a year.
When you say a homeowner's permit, what does that mean? What, you want to fix it up?
Yes.
And you want to do the work yourself?
Yes, me and my friends or my family.
I get you. Some cities restrict homeowners' permits.
They don't want fix and flips.
They don't want people who wink, wink, own the house for 6 months and then decide, or 2 months or 1 month, and immediately start fixing it up. They don't mind if you fix it up. You just can't do it on a homeowner's permit. So they put a restriction there. It's the law. And they pass it. Now, I'm not sure that's the way. Okay, I was just going to say, it's the law, but I'm not sure if Sheridan has that law or not. So what reason does Sheridan give you?
They said it's an administrative policy. It's not an ordinance.
Oh, well, that sucks. What does that mean, administrative policy? Are they allowed to just restrict someone from working on their home?
That's why I called you. I'm not sure.
Wow. Are you sure they said it is not an ordinance?
Yes, I sent you guys the email that I corresponded with the city.
Then we need to call them then, because I don't see why you have a right. I mean, I don't see how they can restrict your property rights. How can they do that?
That's what I was wondering, if it's not an ordinance, a law.
Right. I mean, do they give you a reason? Do they say we want to avoid fix and flippers?
They did. That's what they said.
Why didn't they just make it an ordinance?
They won't. They're hard to deal with down there, so.
Okay. So, we're going to give them a call. Hold on.
Thank you.
Deputy Klink, can you call the administrator? Really, they're going to say it's they probably will tell us, well, that's just the way it is. I want to know the legalities here, and maybe somebody listening who does municipal law like this.
I wonder if it's even a resolution, like the town or the board voted on it or something.
Now, hold on, Mark. Did the city council vote on it like a resolution, or was it done administratively within the building department?
No, they said it was the chief of building official, the city council, and the city manager all approved it.
But that sounds like an ordinance to me. Are you sure? I'm wondering if that carries the same weight. If the city council voted on it, then what else would it be? I mean,
They told me it's an administrative policy. I have it in an email. I sent it to you guys.
I understand that. We're going to look at it.
Okay.
But it seems to me, if council voted on it, it may be an amendment
Or
to building department as a resolution.
I'd say a resolution.
Which would be a resolution in where? Where? A resolution, it may be
some ordinance.
Or to amend the building thing, not the code, but something, which could, I'm not saying it does, it could carry the same weight as a law. I don't know. I don't know what powers they're allowed to exert. We have to find that out. Did you do any research on it, Mark?
I tried to, but I really couldn't come up with anything if a city could actually just have a policy.
Exactly. Well, it was a little more than a policy in that the council, they said, voted on it. That confuses me. So if anyone, you're going to call Sheridan. Let's go. Deputy Clint is going to call Sheridan. And then if anyone listening knows about Sheridan or any other city that restricts homeowners' permits, you could help us understand this. It would be great.
Hey, talk about confusion. Listen to this.
What? They're at 470 and Ken Carl. The HormoneBros.com is where you can look them up. Stop that. I really caught it the last few times. Even today when I was talking about Hormone Bros. Oh, no, that's what I did wrong. I thought I was using Ken Carroll another time today. Doggone it, I just slipped back. Mark, not Mark, I'm sorry, Mark. Hold on, Mark. Let's talk to Eddie. Hey, Eddie, what's happening? Eddie?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on with you, man?
Oh, man, I got a situation. I borrowed my son's car back in June.
Okay.
On the hailstorm.
Okay.
And pretty much Geico's been giving us a runaround. They've taken me to deposition, taken my son.
No. Hold on. Let's get it right. I like the fact that you got right to the point now, because I tell everyone to do that. Now I'm doing just the opposite. I'm asking for more. Okay, Eddie, you borrowed the car to do what?
I came to Colorado. We're from Florida.
Okay, and so you were using the car just to be on vacation.
Right.
Okay, and where were you when the hail hit?
It was in Fontaine.
Were you parked?
Yeah, I was parked at a friend of mine's house.
And it hailed.
It hailed. It destroyed the car along with 10,000 other vehicles.
No, I understand that. Is it possible?
For some reason, Geico doesn't think it's hail.
Okay, that's what I was just. Listen, hold on. How old is the car?
It's a 2017 Dodge Charger.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible. That's what I'm thinking. They're suspecting fraud. Okay, let's just say it. They're suspecting. Okay. They're suspecting either it was an earlier storm that was not reported, but that's unlikely with a 2007.
No, we have proof that the car was in Florida about a week before.
Well, I'm talking about, was it in Florida the entire time or just for a little while? So where was it? Was purchased in Florida.
Correct.
Okay. And it was purchased new in 2017.
Correct.
And who took it to Colorado?
I did.
And when did you take it to Colorado?
About a week before the storm.
And you took it to you took it to Colorado for your son to give it to him?
No. For me, I was using it. He was using mine because mine's a two-door.
So let me get this straight. He lives in Florida then?
Yes, sir.
I was confused. I'm sorry. So your son let you borrow the car to come to Colorado?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
What were you coming here for?
We're trying to open up a business here, which we have already, a tow company.
Okay. So listen, you, while you were here, got hit by hail, and they simply don't believe it. Okay. I mean, I guess... So what?
They don't have enough to deny it, and they don't have enough to say it.
Then we have something that's going to benefit you a lot, and you're going to hold on, and I'm going to tell you some secrets, okay? Hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Home improvements, the biggest ripoff this entire year. Contractors taking money and running. That's why we love Referralist.com, to refer you to good people like Genesis Total Exteriors.com. Genesis, of course, they do roofs, gutters, windows, siding, decks, fences, bathrooms, basements. They do it all. The name says Genesis Total Exteriors.com, but just fill in the blanks. They do it all, and you can contact them, and you'll never be disappointed with Mark Szymanski, the owner, and his crew. 303-679-8509, 679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
I'm going to go on record. I'm going to go on record saying I don't fucking believe this guy. I can't even tell you why. I don't know why. I'm telling you, I think he's trying to scam the fucking. I don't know why though.
Well, I always start out with,
with
the opposite anyway, and then ask questions. I do.
But why would they want to total out of 2017?
Yeah, well, hold on. No. They're not talking about totaling. They're saying we're not going to pay to even fix it, right?
Right. Here's what I'm thinking. Why really? What circumstances would cause him to fake damage? Let's think about it.
Right.
I can't think of any.
He bought a vehicle.
No, his son bought it. It's his
Right.
car.
Okay, whatever. They purchased the vehicle and it already had hail damage. They heard there was storms somewhere and they drove out here.
Massive, though.
I don't know.
But is the
that's why I asked him what the fuck's he doing out here?
If the car's
total.
They bought a business on it.
Why, okay, let's look at it the other way. Why would the insurance company say no?
I don't know.
See if he bought it brand new.
Why'd you think he was out
Ask
here?
him when they bought it.
Ask him real quick.
Oh.
Ask him if they bought it new or used.
They bought it new.
They bought it brand new.
Well, then,
In Florida.
If there's, okay, then why wouldn't Geico, we generally don't get a lot of calls.
I don't know, Mark.
Geico's not good.
Okay, I want him to drive it over to Nick Yutzy and let's see if Yutzy says there's hail damage.
If he was in that Colorado Springs hailstorm, it's bad.
But why wouldn't they do it?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious it was
That's where I go. Are they saying like it's not hail? Like someone took a ball peen hammer or something? I don't know.
I guess you can ask him who did they, was it the Geico adjuster? I guess you can get a rag.
What line's he on? What line's he on? Tom, what line's he on?
Oh, Mark, hold on.
Okay, so you know what Tom says? Or just, yeah, I'm trying to understand what he says.
Hey,
when they do that,
so do they think like you caused the damage? What are they saying? Real quick.
They're different sizes.
Got it.
So you need
Well, okay, but they came out and looked at the vehicle and everything, right?
FYI.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Do they? All I'm asking is this: do they think it is not hail damage? Is that why they're saying this?
For everyone you love with a DNA kit from 23andMe. This holiday season.
Okay, hold on. I knew it. I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, put him on hold. He's basically saying now they don't think it's hail. He goes, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is what he just told me. It doesn't matter if it's hail or vandalism. It's insured. They need to pay. So something's fucking weird. Look at me. Look at me. How do I think these people?
But what's the motive?
Yeah. Probably to get a new car. I don't know. I have no idea what the motive is.
Can we get Compass on when you get a chance?
What is the
So what was it if he just has comp and not full coverage? Comp will cover that, but not vandalism. Will cover hail, but not vandalism, right?
I want him to drive to Nick Yutzy and see if Yutzy says it's hail or not. Okay, and then he is right in this. If it was vandalism, if it is covered, they would still owe it. So they must think he did something.
Wow.
Didn't he use the word deposition?
Yes.
Something's fucking weird. First of all, the guy's from Florida.
No kidding. No, I agree with you.
No, seriously.
No, I agree.
Second of all, Second of all, he is in what business? Do you remember?
Towing.
Yes.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter here.
713-TOP. 713-8255. Century RV, it's car day. Century RV. Get your RV at Century. They're great people. CenturyRV.com. 2 locations, the Highway 119 and I-25 north of Denver, or just north of 6th Avenue, west of Denver, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. New and used RVs, and up north they have a service department. They're honest, they're ethical, and they have internet pricing or better. 303-453-1111, and it's Century as in 100, CenturyRV.com. Okay, this is weird, okay? So Eddie says he borrows his son's car, a 2017 Dodge Charger, to drive to Colorado. While in Colorado, it gets pelted with hail, and Geico refuses to pay. I want to say a few things. First, seldom do we get complaints about Geico refusing to pay things. The second thing is, and Eddie, we have to explore all options here, okay? What do you think What are they saying? What is Geico saying? Did they leak anything? Did they say, we think it's this? What did they say?
If you want to laugh about this one, about a month, about 2 months ago, another Geico adjuster came out to our lot.
Hello?
And so I turned on the recorder on my phone. I asked him if I could record the conversation, and he agreed to it. And I asked him, what does he think about this car? And he says, oh, yeah, that's definitely hail damage. Well, at the end, I told him he's walking out, and he asks me, well, who's your insurance company? I go, it's Geico. Well, his feet were hitting the back of his head running out.
But, Eddie, why do you think, what is your opinion? Why do you think they suspect fraud?
They suspect fraud because when my son called in, he originally said the wrong date. He actually said, I think, the 13th, and he also said May 17, 1995. So I have both of those letters.
What do you mean? What do you mean, May 17, 1995? For what?
He said 2 different dates that it happened. They asked him what date did it happen. He said June 13, which it did not. And then a second time he called in to report it again, he said his birthday, that it happened on his birthday, 1995.
Well, obviously the car wasn't even built in 1995. I understand. Now, hold on, Eddie, this car was bought brand new, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's explore this, okay? And I want my listeners to explore this because this is very unlike Geico. What do they ask you in the deposition?
They asked me, how did it happen? Did I see it? I go, of course, I was outside with a rain.
And what else? What else?
Basically, just a bunch of dumb questions like, did we do it? Or did I see it happen? What time did it happen? All the time avoiding the dates because they are assuming.
How long ago did it happen? Eddie?
Don't mention the date it really happened. They actually mentioned the day that he reported.
Well, when did it really happen?
I think it was June 17th, I think it was.
June 17th of this...
June 15th, I'm sorry.
June 15th of this year?
Correct.
Okay. And when did he say it happened?
He said it happened the 13th.
Okay. Okay, now, where was the car on the 13th?
On the 13th, it was in Colorado.
Okay. When did you leave Florida?
I believe on the maybe 6th, as far as my bank statements, I think the 6th. Okay. So now I want to explore why they would think it's damaged. First of all, what would be the motivation? Here's what I want to know. They're saying that the dates that he reported, that's what they're going off of, and that's what they're holding on to, the day that he reported. But
what day did he call?
Oh, he called on the 17th, I believe.
And he said it happened
on the 13th.
Yeah, but even if he made a mistake with the date.
But wait a minute. He just said he called on the 17th. The hailstorm was on the 18th.
No, it was on the 15th.
No, 13th.
He said, you told me the 15th.
15th, I'm sorry.
You told me the 15th. He called the 17th. I understand that. He called the 17th and said it was on the 13th. I get it.
Right.
I get it. That's an easy mistake. So that...
Well, he wasn't here. It's very simple.
But that one simple thing, I don't understand it. Because if it was fraud, usually there is a motive, okay? Now, if you had an old car, or if you had a car that was previous damage, or a lemon, or something you wanted to get out of, I could see where people would want to get an insurance check.
No, the car's in excellent condition.
Is he behind in payments?
Nope.
Did they ask about payments? Yes, they did.
Never been behind.
Of course they did. Okay, hold on. Did they ask if he was having trouble with the car prior to the hailstorm?
They came and they drove the car.
Okay. Here's the deal. How bad is the damage?
According to them, the car's totaled.
Okay. So it's pretty bad. So if it was fraud, here's the deal. If it was fraud, we'd have to ask ourselves, why would they want to get this car totaled?
Was it new?
Yeah, they bought it new in Florida.
You guys bought it new in Florida.
And drove it here right after they bought it.
And we're still paying for it.
A 17 brand new.
Yeah, they bought, no, it's a 2000, what year is it? 2017. Oh, well, I'm sorry, when did you buy it?
He bought it in, I think it's 17. It was brand new.
Okay, but, so he bought it from a dealer?
Yes.
How many miles on it?
Right now it's got about 30,000 miles.
Was there any other claims on it? Did he ever do any other insurance claims?
Nope.
This is really weird.
Did you have any pictures with the hail?
Yeah, we have plenty of pictures. That's another thing.
Now, did you take pictures that day in front of the house?
No, we did not. But there was another 3 cars in front of the house, which they do have pictures also.
And do they show your car in front of the house?
No, they don't. They don't have a picture of that one. They actually got the pictures after the storm. They got them from supposedly another insurance company.
Okay.
From Allstate, I believe.
I mean, I would suspect fraud if, for example, let's say he was way behind in his payments, or he had reported problems to the dealer and he was pissed off and wanted to get a new car.
Not at all.
You know, if there was something different, something or some reason, but it just doesn't make sense to me that you, seeing a hailstorm to take advantage of it, would go, or not even seeing a hailstorm, you figure, hey, I'm going to go to Florida, I'm going to go to Colorado, and we're going to get a new car.
I'd like to have Nick Yutzi look at it.
Yeah.
I would.
Would you let one of our experts look at it?
Of course.
This expert,
was still paying for it.
I would believe this guy 100%. There's only one rule here, Eddie. I don't want you to tell him that anything, one way or the other. Okay?
Nick's not going to care.
Well,
No.
Nick's already listening.
He can put his Nick will put his earmuffs
Here's
on.
the thing. I have threatening phone calls from Geico telling me that unless we give them the recording that I have from their adjuster saying it is hail damage, that they're not going to pay for it.
Why wouldn't you give it to him, though?
Because I told them if they want to hear it, they're going to hear it in court.
Now,
Because
Eddie, that makes no sense to me. Now, either you're lying about the recording, which would be fine. If you have the recording, hold on, would you let us hear it?
Of course.
But
Okay.
what's even the relevance
Eddie,
of it?
you
Honest
should-
to God, what's the relevance of that recording?
You should give them a copy of the recording. Why would you not do that?
The reason is because I hired an independent adjuster to come out here, and what they did, they called the person, and they intimidated the person, and then when I called the person back to get a written estimate, he told me, oh, no, I'm not
I
going
don't
to
think Geico sends
Hold
around
on.
goons
Did you
intimidating
hire
people.
Oh, trust me, they did.
Did you hire a public adjuster?
Yes, I did.
Okay, is this an adjuster that's going to get like 10 or 20% of the proceeds?
He's not going to get anything. I paid him.
Oh, what did you pay him?
I think it was like $200 to come out.
Okay, will he talk to us?
I'm not sure. I don't know what Geico told him, but when I called him again to get a copy of it, he said he did not want to get involved anymore.
Okay, well, he doesn't have to. I mean,
so you don't even have a copy of what you paid for?
I don't have anything right now at this point.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this now. Something's weird.
Where are you?
I don't care what anybody.
I know, but I don't see any motive. I see no motive.
Well,
for
there's
taking
a motive
car,
somewhere.
To take a car with 30,000 miles that they love, he wasn't behind in payment, unless it was just he was tired of the car and just wanted to get out of it.
No.
It's not even his car. It's his kid's car.
I'm saying his son wanted to get out of it. I don't know. And they had an idea. Hey, I'll go to Colorado. And there's, if there's I don't know. And how do you even pre-plan that, Mark? It's
no clue.
We opened a business here in Colorado, and the car is sitting in my business for the past 7 months, and we're still paying for the car. Sitting here, we can't drive it.
It doesn't. It just doesn't sound like fraud to me.
Why can't you drive it?
It's got no. The front windshield's busted. The back glass is broken. It's just torn up.
All right, you can't get it to our guy.
We can tow it. We are a tow company.
Okay, cool. Eddie, why did you open up a tow company in Colorado, by the way?
We came over here. We signed up with a company called the Giro, and the business was awesome, and we stayed.
Okay. Now, I'm going to make an arrangement for you to go to Flexident and let Nick look at it. And it's impossible to get a report today, but we really want to get this done. And we'll fight for you, man. Listen.
Were you ever in the moving business, Eddie?
No.
Oh, stop it. Here, he was making jokes because of South Florida. There's a lot of scams that come. A lot of scams come out of South Florida, man. Hey, Eddie.
We do transport all over the U.S. We used to do boats all over the U.S.
Hey, Eddie.
Yep.
When I said I had a secret, it's bad faith. If these guys flat out refuse payment, you can sue them for bad faith and get triple or more.
They're not refusing payment. They're saying that they don't have enough to deny it. They don't have enough to pay it.
Well, what do they? Well, I don't even understand.
We should ask Compass what the hell that means.
They have enough to pay it. They have a storm. It's easy to make a mistake when somebody calls and says, "When did it happen?" I mean, I think you can sue them. I think you can sue them for bad faith. I mean that. We have an attorney that would be very interested in that if this is true hail damage.
Brian at Compass has called over to Geico before and figured stuff out for us. Period. End
All right,
story.
so we're going to do two things. We're going to get our insurance expert involved, and we're going to get our hail expert involved. good enough for you, Eddie?
That's perfect.
And I want you to forward me the tape, the audio tape. I will give it to no one. I want to hear the adjuster. 303-713-8255. And was this insurance adjuster a regular Geico adjuster? I mean, excuse me.
I got a tag number. I got everything. I got
was it
pictures of
Geico?
his car in front of the shop. Everything.
All right, hold on. I want all of that proof for us. And Eddie, hey,
it doesn't even make sense.
We'll fight for you.
This report is sponsored by 23.
Help me here with the audio. The audio tape, according to him, says the adjuster said, "Yeah, that's hail damage."
The Geico adjuster.
Yeah, what is the relevance to that? Are they now saying it's not hail, and that's why they're not paying it? That's what I'm asking.
It's never been a straight answer to that.
What is the fucking relevance?
Being straight. Every question I ask.
No, I mean, but what are they declining to do?
They're saying that the kid recorded the wrong date. There was not a hailstorm on that date, and they're holding him to it. They're trying to save money. Listen, don't put it past fucking insurance, but don't put it past. If I can find a motive for, see, I'm trying to think. Why would he? If the payments were listen, if he was getting. Like
you were digging,
the payments were too
much,
but they're still and they're still paying on it.
Hey, did the hormone bro say 10% on pellets too?
No, 30 years.
No, 30% on threads and
no, nothing on pellets.
Needling
okay.
and threads.
Okay.
Nothing that I know of. That why did you hear it?
Well, no, I didn't.
No.
Suzanne just said a guy.
No.
They said.
Is this me?
No, a guy called in and says, "Hey, is that on pellets?" And I said back to him and said, "No, it's on microneedling and shredding."
Right. Yeah.
And then Suzanne says, "Hey, I talked to him and they said 10% on pellets."
Oh, good deal. All those years, I don't ever remember seeing a hail claim.
The hormone.
Dad, I don't trust it. I don't know why.
No, I tell you what, if this comes through, I have a new.
It can't be fixed
with
diet or exercise.
Hey,
it's Ross. 30-some years.
We're going to call you a
teacher of my
Mark.
30-some years adjuster. I never saw hail. And even then, my hair bothered me. Never saw one.
Have you ever seen one that was maybe?
And you can tell. And also the golf ball was sonic. And now my hair looks like an awful in 2003.
Yeah, you take a shoe socks. I wonder if they're saying, okay, there was hail damage, but we don't think all the windows were knocked out by hail. We think you went in and made it worse to try to total it. There's got to be something.
You're right. There's something.
But that storm was devastating.
I don't understand why he would want to do that to his own car. 2017.
It's not his own car.
Well, true. And then why? Well, what's the son doing for a car then?
He is. Tom is right. Motive. What is the motive? We just don't know the motive. I contend we don't know if there is a motive.
Okay.
I can tell you, I never saw hail strike. Unless it was data.
You have nothing to lose with a great service. 303-562-0439.
But why does an adjuster not want a public adjuster?
Not even a service.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a total new thing. All of a sudden, they won't even give him the report that he paid $200 for. Never heard of it.
Right.
There's no sense in that. And I bet we never hear that audio.
Consumers Real Estate Show Saturday
Oh.
at 8 on 630.
He just never says it.
The problem is it's going to be one of these we never know. We're never going to know.
Working around the house, Americans
These they always turn out to be something that we didn't hear, like you're saying. They always do. There's always some part there that we
Well, a lot of times people got to say it 3 or 4 times so Tom finally hears it.
So just to let you know, he just was going to do that 10% off the pellets just for that guy.
Okay.
Just because he had called in there.
Because he has.
Yeah.
and put AM/FM radio to work for your company.
They got a lot of overhead on that shit.
Do they?
Boy, yeah, they got to buy those pellets. They're buying them. That's from the manufacturers.
How much are they pellets?
It's not like they're making them. I have no idea.
You know, but each pellet has different mixtures of,
No, it's how many they put in you.
but don't they also have other drugs?
They're all the same.
Oh, they're all the same? Okay.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Jeremy called us, and he had the old callback, the scam that dealers do. Right? Is that the one? Yeah. And it was basically, he said that he was approved and sent on his way. Is that the one?
That's
right?
it, man.
Okay.
He said, I thought it was a done deal. They put down the interest rate, the payments, the whole bit, and they said the lender was Pete Kia.
Yeah, Pete Kia put themselves down as the lender. And I said, in a case like that, in the past, we've held dealer's responsible, and I'm telling you, it can sting them if it's done a certain way. They become the dealer. Even if it says contingent on financing, you can argue they financed you. They did, and they are the financer, and they approved you when they gave you the keys and said, hey, here it is. Here's your monthly payment. Here's the interest rate, blah, 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 blah. We have fought that battle. That's a winnable battle in some cases. I told Jeremy to go and tell them that. Hey, I'm not going to bring this car back. I'm not going to refinance. I'm not going to put down more money or pay a higher interest rate. You already gave us financing. What did they say, Jeremy?
So anyhow, I went in there, and of course, like I told you, under where it says seller creditor, it's got them. But he turns around and says, there's a line that says this contract will be assigned to. He said since they didn't put anything in there, no one is. It was contingent on it approving the contract or
no. Hold on.
The finance.
Hold on. Where is that line put? Where is it?
It's right below the year and the model and the vehicle identification number.
Is it? It's not part of a disclosure statement, right?
No.
Okay. And that line says what? This will be assigned to what? Blank?
It says this contract will be assigned to colon, and then in the parentheses it says name and address.
And
so that was left blank.
It was okay, hold on. And I'm not giving you legal advice. This is for myself. This is what I would do. First of all, when a contract is made up by a party, it's construed against that party, which means if they left it blank, is it ambiguous? No. They left it blank, meaning it will be assigned to no one. If they now want to make it ambiguous, saying, well, because we didn't put it in there, it leaves us open to assign it to anyone, is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
They're full of caca. That's what they're full of. And you know what? I would think they would try to give you a stronger argument. They are morons. That's what they are. They actually said that. Let me get that straight. Well, you see where it says this will be assigned? Well, yeah, you're not going to assign it, which even more says you're the lender. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help their argument. It hurts it. They're claiming because it's left blank. I mean, if they said even a dealer to be determined, and even if it does say it will be assigned, it doesn't say, and if we can't assign it, you don't have a deal, does it?
No.
No. So what does that mean? So some moron at Peak Kia, who was it, your salesperson? I know a general manager wouldn't tell you that. Who told you that?
That was a finance manager.
Yeah, he's a moron. What's his name?
I think Taylor. I'm not even sure.
Okay, Mr. Moron, Peak Kia, Mr. Peak Kia, moron, finance manager, literally said, this is the line that protects us. This contract will be assigned to, and it's left blank. That means they're the lender, in my opinion. It also means that it's ambiguous. It also means that, I mean, what are these guys saying? But even if they filled it in, even if they said it was going to be assigned to First Bank, it doesn't say any consequences if it's not assigned to them. How ridiculous are these people at Peak Kia? Now I got to be fair.
Did they sign it? Did they sign the buyer's order?
I got to be fair. Peak Kia is not the only dealer. Virtually every dealer does this, okay? So I'm not going to single out Peak Kia. But in this particular case, you know what? Maybe we will make this. Maybe we will make this a test case. We want to see the paperwork to run it by our attorneys, okay?
I'll send you whatever you want.
Okay, I need to see every lick of paperwork you did.
Yeah, scan them. Don't just take photos. Scan them so we can actually read them.
And so what would be the consequence of you going in there and doing a higher interest rate?
Well, it would turn, right now her payment's according to this, her payment is $295.
What would it go up to?
390. Well, first they want to turn around and make it like 317, and that's taking off the warranty that we bought. You know, we got a 5-year warranty with 60,000 miles on it. She's away.
But no matter how much the interest rate changes, hold on, did I hear you say it's going to go from 290 to 390?
No, 290, 317. But if we put the warranty back on it, it would go 345.
No, they're taking away the warranty plus adding.
I think someone screwed up on the deal more than anything.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what they all say. They say, oh, we're already losing money on this deal. It's like, bullshit, you are not. Excuse my language.
Well, I got him. Hold on. Okay, so I had to nix him if you didn't hear, but he said a bad word. He said BS, actually. But here's the deal. we do want to take this case. So, Jeremy, I'm not going to put you back on. I want you to cool down. And that's just it. We will take it, all right? We need the paperwork. Hey, Lori, what happened on your roof, Lori?
Oh, hi. Thank you for taking my call.
What's going on?
Well, I had a...
Let me get right to it. Did you sign a contract?
I did.
But you didn't put, hold on, you didn't put any money down, right?
No, I've got all the checks.
Okay.
I never even deposited them.
If the contract is legal, they can hold you to it. If it's not legal, they can't hold you to it. That's what our attorney tells us every time. So what we have to do is examine if you have an out. So hold on and we'll get to you, but not on this show. Save all your problems for me.
What do I always say about our...
Ask her if it was in the last 3 days.
What's that?
Ask her if she just signed it today.
Okay, listen, we're up here. And those prices, is there a 3-day right to rescind on that contract? And of course, you go to the showroom to pick your countertop material, the actual slab, the custom. Well, listen, a roofing contract, and then he slates you for template and installation. Okay, it doesn't matter. It actually guys, Sunday 303-386-5919. Knock on the door.
To join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing.
So this definitely came back.
Why? Did you call them? Okay.
Mark, if I heard the call right, this was in June, which is yes. So yes, most of the
Okay, but here's the important thing. There's a contract out there that you signed. It doesn't matter if you signed it with a handyman. It's not licensed. You signed a contract. If that contract is done properly, they can probably ding you for excuse. They can probably draft a black box. That contract must have this year.
Do they keep a black box so they?
Oh, that's interesting. Ask her. Ask that person.
Does not
say, does a black box actually report where the vehicle was by GPS?
Starts when they give you the 3-day right to cancel, which means
we don't know. I think of that on an airplane. I've never thought of a black box on a car.
If it does have a 3-day right,
your dealers can get a GPS tracker.
Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about here.
We don't know.
In the state of Colorado, roofing contracts have to have certain structure. And if they don't, you can simply say that they tried to screw you. It was an illegal contract. But we won't know that unless one of our attorneys looks at it. So we need you to send us the contract. Okay. You send it to help@troubleshooter.com.
Mark, you know what you're talking about?
In the subject line.
These damn things and sending them.
Say, I already talked to Tom about this off the air. That's it. All right? And then we'll
on the contract,
as soon as you can. Send it quickly, okay? All right. I'll see you. All right. Bye.
I should try to keep replying to Stephanie. I should probably try to keep her and get her.
Get her info. She might be. Actually, if she does more adjustments, if she works on homes and stuff, we might have some other shit for her.
Who?
Claims adjuster.
A public adjuster?
No, just, well, yeah, I don't
just
know.
A claims
Clint,
adjuster.
it would, so when you make a call for the show, I don't know if you've like got a hold of them or not. So it'd be